LokiCat. LokiCat. LokiCat.
Oh, foul ball.
Did you watch the World Series?
Oh, mate.
That's what happens when you undercook your sausages. Jerk off! Jerk off!
I think she's Dutch. Swedish!
Do you not Dutch?
No, but I was close.
I'm going to take a shit behind the tent. I'm going to lick my lips at it.
We're going to do river bathing photo shoot to trap the girl.
It was set on Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Which is not a very big island.
That's your takeaway. You're voted off the couch. It's time to go. No!
Go back in time.
Reload. That's fucked.
I don't think you can.
You have to. That's fucked. Wait! She completed her Bachelor of Arts with merit and distinction in Cape Town, South Africa, where they speak Afrikaans, which is kitchen Dutch.
Kevin Bacon.
Welcome back, welcome for Thursday, the 11th of November, coming at you live from the Low-Key Studios, starring Stephanie Bendixon. It's Nick Boy, Stephanie Bendixon, Peter Burns, Pew Pew, everyone's favorite little Will. Again, it's Gus Ronald.
These buttons are fucked.
And I'm your host, Nick Richardson, and tonight on the show, I didn't write the thing, so I'll do it live.
Do it live.
We look to the horizon as we inscribe the story of our anthology Among the Trees.
Wow.
Zombies.
Zombie. that was pretty
Not
good.
bad. I think you wrote it, and you just decided to put. Show us your screen. Yeah.
God, there's 10 drafts. Welcome to the show, everybody. A pleasure to be here amongst friends.
Indeed. Sure is. Okay.
What? No. Why did you scoff? He said sure is, and she gave me a lovely smile, and you went, pfft.
She's been too formal.
Just because I know you, and it felt like a setup for something that was not lovely.
That's what I was going for, but only I did it in the eyes.
I thought it was lovely of you to say.
Can you bring in the sad Hulk music, walking away music?
Starring! That's all we have at the moment.
No, it is lovely to be here among friends, because at home, I try to talk to people about video games. No one's listening.
No one cares.
Yep. Can I ask?
Yeah.
And someone's already pointed out in the chat. Are you wearing those headphones as a fashion thing?
I just forgot.
They're just so comfortable.
Well,
on the neck.
so-
I had a weird moment where I sat down and I felt like naked. Like I was like, what's going on? Like I'm missing something.
Was it
crucial?
yeah.
And it's a headset. I'm always in front of a camera with a headset on at the
There you go.
moment.
That's what it is.
right.
Because of being at home, and I don't have to right now, and it feels weird.
I was going to say knee fabric.
Yes, many of my pants are missing knee fabric.
So my uncle, fucker, and I could say fucker because he left my aunt. Do you want to go into that Twitch chat? No, but the point is that he always used to say to me, like whenever I was a kid, and I would have like ripped jeans or something, he'd be like, "Oh, I lost a fight with a barbed wire fence," and it was just like, come on, I don't look at you and go, you know, lost a fight with
my aunt.
some ugly piece of shit that used to wear those clothes. Lost a fight with my aunt.
I like that we had to cut to a step of me and think, it's really funny. Not bad.
Fucking hell.
Sorry, we've got the Waldorf and Sadler over here from the
Oh, God, that's good.
We should be facing the other way and be silhouetted and just be Mystery Science Theater.
No, I was thinking more of the Muppets. The old guys.
I've never seen the Muppets
No,
once.
do you know the dudes that
the old man?
the old dudes?
Well, it was
in the
Waldorf and
theater?
something. Yeah.
I think you.
I've
think
seen
you
him.
said
Stadler?
Stadler. I think,
Waldorf and
but I think
Stadler?
you said we should be Waldorf and salad because a Waldorf
Waldorf
salad.
salad.
No, it's the two old guys at the theater who are always like
Statler and Waldorf. I'm legit.
Critiquing the play.
I'm too young. I never watched Muppets.
I don't know.
Like, I think I remember them from the film.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
just like they're old men.
The old guys
But I
used
don't
to
know the
heckle.
bit. I don't know the bit.
They used to heckle all the time.
It's like one of the characters from Among Us, and then one of who's that Korean or Japanese boy band that everyone loves?
The
big one. They had like 30 people in it.
Boyzone.
Squid Games.
They're the
Boyz
ones
II
that
Men.
everyone loves. Everyone loves them.
BTS.
Yes.
BTS and BTS.
And EXO, someone said.
These are references that your generation understand, right? Among Us and
Yeah,
BTS.
clearly I know
Yeah, cool.
BTS off the top of my head.
Where should I aim age-wise?
Probably the 70s.
I was going to say it's like
Before the Muppets.
yeah, it's like the guitarist from the Eagles, and
The Muppets were like peak 70s, too. Yeah. I'm just putting that out there.
No, all the musically, everything he listens to is very old.
It's very old.
But when it comes to television, he's got.
When it comes to puppet-based theatre entertainment.
Yeah.
I don't like television today.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of television, I went for the first time in such a long time. Went to the movies last night. Very exciting.
What did you see?
My partner and I went and saw Eternals,
Oh,
and we're still watching it. That is a long-ass, boring movie.
Yeah.
That is
It's
boring,
been getting
long,
pretty slammed.
boring.
I heard.
Very boring movie.
I'm sad because I think it is doing cool things in other areas.
Honestly, like chop an hour out of it, and you've got yourself a pretty cool flick.
Is this a post-COVID movie thing where it's now like we're not having these super tight producers saying we need to make sure it's a really tight 1.5 hours? It's like, hey, people are happy to be in the cinema. Let's just let it ride.
It's the Zack Snyder effect. I feel like people.
Yeah.
On-
Well, that which
Like
happened.
the people
not
got
having
what they asked for. They got what they wanted with the Snyder cut, and now everyone was like, maybe this is
The
how
thing
we're
we should be
supposed to
doing.
make a movie.
Yeah, that's.
It's not. It's not.
It's not. Dolphin Pants is saying I really liked Eternals. Don't understand. Hey, that's fine. It's not. The problem with it is it's like it's just lots of people talking in a room. Every scene is them having a conversation in a room every single time, and it's always the same conversation.
Yeah.
Humanity deserves a chance. This world deserves saving because they have curiosity. Shut the fuck up. Also, that's not an original idea. It's all. If you only mention that for an hour and a half, then maybe you got yourself a movie. 2 hours and 45 minutes. I don't need that.
People who've been going to superhero movies have been going specifically to see one hero and have a film entirely about that one hero and then do that 5 times to then see the film with all 5 heroes
Yes.
in it.
Yeah.
It's
We
like
haven't
to
had
go
the
and see a film
opportunity to get
where
to know them.
you are introduced to all heroes in that film, I think is just a weird left turn for a lot of people who are used to Marvel films.
True.
There we go.
But
Hey,
if
look, we
you-
got pillows.
Oh yeah, we. No, good.
Everyone look what you're sitting on.
Look, it's the Scotty pillow. This is great. Are these Redbubble?
Yeah.
Redbubble.
These are on Redbubble.
How good is the quality?
well.
It's great.
I'll
Yeah,
gladly
great.
put this in my home.
I love it.
So I picked these up today.
Oh, we got a story.
We got a slide story. These are at the post office.
Yeah, I was on the phone.
He was on the phone. Pete said, there's something in the mailbox. You need to go pick it up. I went down there, and he said, they're pillows. And I was like, great. And I opened the mailbox. And it came out, and the package was this big. And I was like, oh, I think it's one pillow. To which I was like, where are the rest of them? Or are they going to get sent one each week? And we're going to have to keep going back. And I'm on my AirPods, and I'm walking around. I'm like, no, it's one.
Each week.
And he goes, I don't know. Just get the
It's like an advent calendar of pillows.
We do a subscription pillow service. We practically always do that. And I was like, the merch tier.
Oh, okay, right, sure.
Everyone looked confused.
Yeah.
And I said, no, it's one pillow. He said, open it and have a look. And as I ripped it, I went, oh, yeah. I could see that there was like, it's all the covers and some like pressed pillows. Because I went, yeah. No, it's me shitting in a dog. Sorry, sir. Have a good day. And there was just this old man standing there looking at me. And Pete's on the other end, actively giggling. And I'm like,
Amazing.
but if I just walked past, he would have been like, don't care. But it was that I got so awkward, I went, have a good day, sir. And
brought
walked past him. So he now knows
The whole
that.
thing.
But that's, if you're watching, sir, that's what was in there. That's what was there.
I also saw a movie.
Oh.
I saw James Bond.
Oh.
Enough said.
Yeah, of course I'm not going to say anything about it. However,
I got spoiled on 2 things.
did you?
Yeah.
Stop saying that. Now I know there are 2 things that are spoiled. I thought there'd be one.
No, obviously I won't say anything about the film. I won't even say if it's good because some people don't even want to know if it's good.
I never want
bad.
to know. I don't want to know if a film is good. I don't want people to just.
They don't want-
I don't want people to.
They don't want their
my expectation
expectations
at all.
Yeah. Okay, so
I don't even want to know that there was a James Bond. Just put me in a cinema and turn something on.
Yep.
yeah. Okay, so this is the first premiere that I've been to post-COVID.
Of course.
And usually when we get sent these sort of premiere invites, they are either a total non-event or it's like this hectic,
Yeah, it's a massive,
glitzy,
of course.
all-out thing. And I never know because I feel very stupid and upset if I dress up a little bit.
Because they don't tell you.
No.
I get them all, and you look at them and you're like, I don't know, are you inviting me personally, PR person, or is this like going out to 5,000 people?
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, we're having conversation.
I'm sorry, but I had a sneeze.
Peter went to the wide so he could sneeze off camera.
Mic,
Sure.
but so that people could still see that there was the sneeze had an origin point.
Oh my God,
Not
no
that there was
one
a
cares
sneeze
about
out of
that.
nowhere.
You know what I like?
You can't have a sneeze out of nowhere.
You know what I like? There's this 2-camera thing now where Steph and I are a team and fucking
Fuck you
and
guys.
fucking
No, we just have
Eagles guitarist and Among Us Pink sus.
Then he
Among
can
Us
just cut to
character
us and we can just be like,
Ridiculous. Anyway,
Yeah.
so
on.
and I love movies so much. I like being comfortable. So
Of
if I
course.
get dressed up and I didn't need to, then
Yep.
I will actively have a bad time knowing that I could have been comfortable and I wasn't.
Yeah.
However, this particular invitation, it looked quite glitzy and it had a dress code smart.
Oh,
So I was
Just
like,
smart?
This
Just
is gonna,
smart.
This
Just
one's
smart.
Gonna be
Yeah,
like
smart's easy.
This one's going to have a bit of a to-do about
Yeah.
it. So I put on my best shoes. I put on some high heels. I still wore jeans.
best shoes and high heels, or the best shoes were
Sorry.
the high heels?
The best shoes.
Just
were the-
clarifying for the
Yeah.
people at home.
and I was like feeling good. Peter wore a shirt.
Hey.
And we rocked up, and people were in literal ball gowns.
Fuck.
Like
It's
there was a
Bond, black
guy.
tie.
There was a guy walking in front of us in a
everyone's
full
in
black
black
tie suit, and there was a woman wearing a backless dress, and I was just like, "Are you fucking kidding me?
It's ridiculous.
People
This
who
is
were
not
even
smart.
No.
This is not
No,
dress
did they
code."
make
That's
up? Were they?
cocktail, at
Was it
least.
like?
or ball.
Was the
ballroom.
majority
It was
black tie and
black
dress, or were
Yes,
they?
I would say the majority.
Because I was going to say some of those that we've been to, it's like some people like to get excited and not much
Sure,
cosplaying, but
yeah.
it's like they all go out a little bit, and it's like, but there's still 90% of people are in trackies and jeans.
The funniest thing was like, no, there was mostly black tie, and there was like all the dudes who were in black tie were like they were wearing their eyebrows as well.
yeah, there was a lot of posing going on.
They were posing so.
A lot of
Yeah.
Daniel.
And they
He does
had-
a lot in the mouth, Daniel Craig, doesn't he?
Yeah,
It's
he's
like
all,
a bit
he's
of
all
a duck
he's all in the
facey
mouth,
kind of like, yeah.
Yeah. And they had a big red carpet, and they had an Aston Martin on the carpet, and they
Nice.
had an orchestra, and it was all like very fancy. And then they had like one of the photo walls where they have the paparazzi to take photo of like of the whatever
Yeah.
reality people are there. And so I was like, I put heels on. I want to go on the photo wall. So I usually don't. I usually run.
I was super pumped as well.
because I'm in a hoodie. Yeah, Peter loves that stuff. So I was like, I wanted to take a photo on the photo wall. And the photographer people, I'm sorry, I've told this story already.
This is such a relatable story.
Yeah, no, well, listen. If the photographer people always take photos of us out of pity because they
Sure.
know we're no ones,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
just like, click, thank you.
Yeah, it's like.
And then I go stand expectantly in front of the next one, and they're like, sure.
nothing else to do, so they have to because it's like they've just taken photos of the guy from Pack to the Rafters or whatever, and then
Yeah.
and then we're next, and they're like they look at their like sheet of
Yeah,
faces, and they're
yeah.
like not even on this.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess we'll just
pocket.
boom.
Yeah.
All right, fuck off.
You guys work with the guy who shat on the dog, right? That's,
So I was like, I want to get a photo on my phone because I'm never going to see these photos.
oh,
They're going-
nice.
these
Yeah,
are getting
of course. These are getting burned.
Deleted off
yeah.
the SD card immediately.
Yeah.
And your phone.
So
Some of them were just going.
Yeah.
They never made it to the
Oh
SD
wow,
card.
it looks great. Yeah.
They even take out a fake Polaroid and do this till you walk off.
Yeah, so I said to Peter, I was like, stay here. I just want to get a photo on my phone. I'll ask this nice lady to take it for us.
Nice.
And I handed the phone to this old woman, and then I
Old.
stood back.
Judy Dench.
I stood back, and then I looked at her, and she gave me a weird look. And I was like, is that okay? And she was like, sure. And then I posed, and I was like, that's Carrie Ann Kennelly.
I was in the back going, what the fuck are you doing, Stephanie?
I know.
Like,
Peter
this is
also-
going to go wrong.
It was your look to me that tweaked me to the fact that
I was
something
like-
was wrong.
Is there a photo of you smiling at Pete going,
Yeah. And so then when we posed, and she was like, do you want it landscape as well? And I was like, yes, please. And then Peter goes, did you realize? I'm like, I do now. Don't say anything. We're too far in.
Move along.
That's the literal meme of like the washed up actor
Yeah.
who thinks that someone wants to take a picture of them on the street, and then they hand the phone and they're like, hey, can you get Empire State Building in the background? That is insane.
that is so
The worst
good.
thing is, well, it's not the worst thing. The worst thing was that I asked her for a photo, but then Peter's standing next to me and goes, that's Carrie Ann Kennelly you asked for a photo. And I'm like, she's just there. I'm sure she can hear you.
No,
and so
she
then
couldn't
we
hear
go,
anything.
and then
She's old.
we go and we sit down. And he's like, 2 seats over from Ray Martin. And I was like, lower your voice.
Like, anyone's here.
So you-
Ray fucking Martin's here.
Ray, get a shot of me.
He doesn't understand how his voice carries.
Your voice has carried,
Yeah,
but that's
don't-
fine because I know Rayman. I'm friends with Rayman.
Really?
Yeah, and
guy.
he is a phenomenal photographer. So you should have got him to take a picture.
Damn it.
God damn.
He was standing next to
that's a
Carrie Ann
great
going,
story.
God, I wish they asked me.
Although I will say that I saw a couple of my friends were at the premiere, Mark and Jazz, and they weren't dressed up in black tie either. So at least
They were in front of us, but they look pretty schmick. they had like scarves out the wazoo.
I saw the photo.
Jazz does have
Jazz
a
well.
Scarves each. Yeah.
Thanks.
You guys look
I
great.
just
You look
like
great. What
I
are you talking
felt
about?
it was just that feeling of like feeling like I'd made an effort, but it still wasn't
And then
enough.
showing up.
Because it was like the stakes had been raised even higher, and I feel like I can't win.
I was like borderline smart as well because I was like, I'm coming down from the mountains.
Boots, jeans,
We
and
were
collar.
working all day, and I was like, I'm only gonna bring another shirt.
Which is
That's all I'm
which
gonna
is
swap.
fine.
You look
Which is
great.
Fine.
You were cosplaying as Quantum of Solace, Bond and Bondette character-esque people. It was like
I should have had the shirt wide open.
You should
He was
have.
cosplaying as Bond after he got his nuts kicked in with a rod. Wait, so that picture on your Instagram was taken by Carrie-Anne Kennelly?
Ooh, I can't remember.
the Paramount or Universal
yeah.
people.
Oh, okay, right. Because I was going to say, did you at least like tag her?
Don't we occasionally, and Pete names
That would be fun.
Pete names these streams, and usually like you were going through a phase of naming the stream after like a morning show or something.
Yeah,
so
I've
one of
called
us
this-
was like
I've called this show the Carrie-Anne Kennelly.
back pocket show
Yeah,
or something.
back pocket,
So yeah, she's
just have the look she
You should have
gave
called
me,
it the
like-
Annie Leibovitz back pocket half hour and got a good photo.
I just have the look she gave me like burned into my brain. It was just that weird like.
That's fine.
Yeah, I
She's
think she
not
was
a great
bit-
person. I think
she
I've
was a
heard.
bit confused.
She was-
She definitely.
I didn't want to say
She
anything
was-
publicly, but I'll nod and agree.
She's
She was surprised. She was
yeah.
surprised and
You put her in her place. Well done.
well
I'm
done.
actually
Well
really
done.
happy with this story.
But the icing on the cake was when I saw them again the second time. Steph had gone to the bathroom, and she and her friend walked up to the bathroom and asked the man which seats they were in. Like they were going to walk into the bathroom, and the guy was like, "No, the cinemas are down that way." And like, oh, they're like, there's a giant toilet sign above the door, but they were walking into the bathroom to see the movie.
I've worked at a cinema.
They were very confused.
Oh,
yeah.
It's
Carrie.
Yeah. She's lost plot.
It's like no. It's a. I could look.
She's taking photos for randoms now.
Yeah.
It's a very grandiose entrance to a bathroom. I will say that.
That's hilarious.
That's true. It is very nice.
All right. Well,
well.
what a great. Hey, I'll tell you what. Great way to start the show.
Thanks.
We got another. Hey, fucking Stellar Award off. Shut up over there. We got a good show coming up tonight, but we also have a good show coming up tomorrow night because we have more Back Pocket happening tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. AEDT.
Did someone very quickly create a Twitch account for Carrie-Anne Kennelly and is commenting in the chat? Is that what I just saw?
That would
Because that
be-
is very swift action for a very small
I
gag.
don't think you could even get posting.
What was the
things
name?
that quickly? What was their name?
I don't know. I just saw someone reply.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe
I think it was
Maybe
Fourth Reaper.
Yeah, I think you're thinking Sassless. We got a show coming up tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. It's a amateur hour. Amateur hour is a esports tournament format that Back Pocket owns and created. And really, it's where we try to play esports, but it fails quite horrifically, and instead we just have a lot of fun. And we're going to be playing Battlefield 2042, thanks to EA, with some Pocketeers. We got 6 Pocketeers playing with us tomorrow night. Nikki, Black Death, Numbnut64, Prov, Fourth Reaper, and JMO are all going to be joining us to play a lot of Battlefield tomorrow night.
A few of which will be lucky enough to be on my team.
Well, that's what's
how
going to happen.
exciting.
We're each of us going to take
I'm so
teammates and kind of play against each other and see who can do the most. But as you
Score
said,
chaser.
Yeah, it's a score chasing one. It is amateur hour. And can I just say, like, good on us for coming up with that.
on us.
Can I just say,
Good on us.
This should be a
I haven't
segment.
finished.
Can I just say, good
Can I
on
just
us.
say, good
That's,
on us.
that's a great segment for the show. Good on us. It's just something that we're all proud that Gus did.
So it's
You are the most self-congratulatory person
enough
in this
collectively,
show.
but
I
it's
don't
about
know.
us.
Oh, but I didn't even get my point out.
What did we do that's so great?
Well, you said we made this framework of amateur hour because it's a fun way to do esports, because esports, while they can be serious, are intrinsically like silly when you try to be serious about them. And case in point, we're like, we'll be playing esports with numbnuts. And it's like under the banner of amateur hour, that's great because
You're
we're,
right.
we're just going to have fun. That is the goal of tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Fun and make fun of me.
Yeah, good on us.
Geek.
But we're not only just going to be having fun together as a group of friends, we're not just going to be making new friends with the people that we're playing games with. And you're not just going to be able to watch along and enjoy all that content for free, because you don't need to pay for it. You could also win a ton of stuff. We will have tomorrow night only, live on the show, we'll be giving away 20 EA Play subscriptions for the EA Play service, 14 copies of Battlefield 2042 Gold Edition
Gold edition.
on PC,
Gold.
and a...
Wait. We got a drum roll or something.
Oh, okay, go.
Oh, yeah, this one's good. I just remembered what it was. I forgot, and I was like, is it really? Are we hyping it up? Yes, we are.
An RTX 3080 Founders Edition graphics card.
Gold edition.
Not a bike.
Not a bike. A real graphics card, Steph.
That you can put in your computer in real life.
In real life.
In real life.
So,
Sorry, can we go to that frame again?
The framing of this is more the guy behind you than you.
It's the guy in the mask.
it's like you're in a Japanese horror film.
Oh my god.
Real life.
That's good in real life.
Yeah, we're going to be also giving away a
fucking
38
huge.
graphics card. Enormous. So thank you very much to EA for that. It's going to go to a lucky viewer who is watching tomorrow, so please come along. That's 20 EA Play subscriptions, 14 copies of the Gold Edition of Battlefield 2042, and a 3080 Founders Edition graphics card. So you don't want to miss that out. And besides all that, it'll just be a fun time with friends.
Totally. We're going to announce how to win that on the show.
On the stream.
On the stream live. And
because
then...
you haven't thought of the competition.
No, we totally have. It's just you have to watch.
You
have to watch.
You gotta be there.
You got to watch. You're going to be there.
Everyone come up.
They have no idea what's going on.
We've got 23 hours to come up with a competition mechanic.
You have to answer a 2042 question survey.
Oh, I should also say as well that Nikki, Black Death, Numnut64, Prov, Fourth Reaper, and JMO all also got copies of Battlefield thanks to EA as well.
Gold
so
edition.
that's technically we gave away 20 copies of Battlefield 2042. Plus we all got one, so that's 24 copies. EA gave us 24 copies of a video game. That's like...
Dun, 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 dun,
I mean, that's only a little... The total value of that is only a little bit more than 38.
yeah, totally.
Okay, cool. So watch, tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. We'll be here, and you should be too. Let's move on with our first segment.
Good on us.
Oh, fuck. Will, you stood there? How you doing?
Will?
I'm good. I'm in 4-3 tonight. I've decided to go for an aesthetic choice.
Oh.
Yeah, you mentioned Snyder Cut, and as someone who was a big fan, I've decided to do this.
Of course. Yeah, with that big DC shield behind you.
Yeah,
Is this a you thing or a me thing?
No, it's a me thing. It's a me
Okay,
thing.
cool.
Because I chose to do this.
Okay, he chose to.
I
Isn't
chose
Captain
to do
America's shield?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the joke. That's the joke. That's the joke. That's the joke.
Will, I want you to stick around because you're going to be talking in our very next segment, and that segment is a little something we like to call Just Saying What You've Been Playing, brought to you by Brent Jones, aka LokiCat. LokiCat, Brent Jones. Thank you very much for supporting the show, as always. I'm sorry that you won't be playing Battlefield with us tomorrow. I don't know why I chose to sort of dig the heel in there and go like, I mean, maybe he put his name forth to play. I don't know. But I'll miss his company. But I hope he's watching.
Company is a good word because company is what they call some people who are banded together in military.
Who are bad, too.
I'll tell you what. We can say it. We can say it tonight.
Go ahead.
Well, let's get another fucking bad company. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, give me that.
Let's get that.
Give me that.
Good.
Let's get that out.
So that should go next.
Well, I
Before
think
we've even
They
played
do 2 or 3.
William.
Two.
I'm pretending William still is here.
Oh, yeah. Will,
You can crank your mic a little bit. I think you got your new setup and you're a little softer than you were last week. Audience wants to hear you.
good. Okay. Will's not there. Let's move on with the show. We've been playing a lot of video games this week. Some big games came over the last 7 days. And the biggest, at least in terms of map size, I would say, is Forza Horizon 5. Forza Horizon 5. Out now on Xbox and Game Pass.
Sell it, baby.
Oh my goodness. The biggest launch of a Forza ever. They've had, I think it's 4 million copies.
Yeah, right.
4 million players.
Yeah, I think it's up to 4
Like, this is like the Game Pass thing.
And
this was like the first huge Game Pass hit.
The last Forza was on Game Pass, but wasn't launched on it, I believe.
No.
So, yeah, it found its way there pretty quickly. And I believe I think 3 is also on it. My favorite, personally. But, yeah, this is the first one to launch on Game Pass.
I just got a racing wheel. I wonder if I should make this happen.
Give it a shot.
Yeah.
The only thing is, I can't drive manual.
That's not a
you
problem
don't-
with the racing wheel.
No.
You don't
It's
have
hard. It's harder to get a manual transmission and to put it there and to get it all set up working. Auto
it's
is
just
fine.
pedals.
They
Do I
have
have to,
paddles.
like,
paddles
but do I
as
have to do like clutch and stuff?
No. That's
the game.
That's the manual.
Yeah.
The game by default is just like
just
accelerate, brake, and turn
Yeah.
the wheel. It's arcade racing. It's heaps of fun.
Totally use that wheel though.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, you should be watching tomorrow to win that 3080 because this game running on a 3080 in ultra wide with ray tracing is, and I don't normally care about graphics this much, the most beautiful thing I have ever seen on my screen. On PC and even on the Xbox Series X.
Series X, it's freaking hot.
It is.
Like, oh,
So gorgeous.
you can drive using the bonnet reflections. If you turn your head upside down. The reflections on that bonnet, we've talked about this. I mean, back in Good Game days when we did Forza 2, and Barjo was like reflections of the year, best reflections ever.
Oh, yeah.
And that was 2 because it wouldn't have been 3, I don't think. And back then it was just like basically shapes and blurs, but it did look really good. This is, you're even seeing it there when you switch through the views. This is actually just like a mirror, a buffed mirror that looks at everything. I could not stop staring in that view at my car where I should be looking at the road because there's a lot to look at.
The opening, this race, like the beginning of the game is so good.
It's cool.
It is cars dropping out of the sky. Have you played it yet?
No.
Cars dropping out of a plane, parachuting down, and then just like zipping off across Mexico. Banger soundtrack. Just a fun Mexican man going, "You're doing great."
But then do you know what the
Doing great.
Yeah, well, he's the one in the plane. He's the one playing. Good stuff. Good on you. He's the one dropping you out of the plane. And I was just quickly to call back. I remember playing Forza Horizon 2, and the guy's like, "Hey, here's a car. We're gonna head to that festival." And you drive there, and some other cars are around you, and there's some fireworks in the distance, and the music's great. And you get there, and you're like, "That was great." And that American obnoxious accent kind of was fun to listen to. Then 3, it's like, "Hey, we're gonna do something a bit. We're gonna race on the beach, and then we're gonna like, something changed." And then 4 did it as well with like, "We're gonna stunt race there," or I think
Did they use the seasons for that?
You drive through all the seasons.
I loved that. That was such a cool intro.
That was great. And then this one did it. And at the last leg where you drive to the festival and that guy's voice goes, "Hey, Horizon fans." I was like, it's the guy. It's like the Horizon game. I'm going to the festival. It was like, oh man, I got chills. I was like, yeah.
I am just in love with this game at the moment. I can't stop thinking about it. I was playing it just before I left to come into the studio, and I was so sad that I had to stop playing it. To me, this is a perfect driving game. I think that I can't fault this at all. It is so much fun. The Forza series, the Horizon series, I've always really enjoyed. There's something about the map where normally in because it's an open world game, normally I get that map fatigue, like in Assassin's Creed or something, where it's just like, there's too much stuff in here and I feel too much pressure. For whatever reason, I don't get that with this. My brain shifts and goes, there's always something to do, as opposed to I have to go collect stuff. It's just like there's always something fun.
I think it's to do with the fact that you're moving at such a speed, and the sort of momentum of it isn't stilted because you're constantly moving.
So true.
You know what I mean? I feel like when you've got a big map and you have to kind of slowly work your way across it, completing little objectives in kind of short areas and stuff, that's what makes you feel overwhelmed. Yeah. But this is just like endless.
There's no reason to let go of the right
road.
trigger.
Totally. Yeah.
And the thing is, like, particularly right at the start of the game, the density of things to do is really high. It gets a little lower once you start finishing races and whatever. Or like, that stuff you can still redo, but you've done it. It's checked off the list. But you finish something and there's 3 things you can do on your mini-map.
Yeah.
Like from the end of the last thing you did. So it's like, you always have choices and they're always nearby. So it's like, I'm going to do the thing that I think will be most fun for me right now. It's cool.
And I think there's such a lovely variety of things that you can do. Obviously, like, most of it is racing of some kind, but they've got these, like, one of the first sort of, I can't remember what it's called, but you go and you want to help this woman find like a bug that her, like a beetle car that her grandfather had, and help her restore it. And it's like a quest chain of helping her find it, get parts to restore it, and that sort of thing. They have this thing called expeditions, which are like these bigger sort of like go find an area and then find several parts within that area, like in a historical landmark of like, take a picture of the jade statue in this area and stuff, and then you do a couple of like linked together more epic style races to unlock this new area. It's just like,
it's funny even just to think of the design there in terms of going, like, you play so many other games where they build it around not being a driving game, but you do a lot of driving. So it's like, you might play a Far Cry or even GTA, and it's like, the game is about the characters and the story and the location and the things you're doing, and that you spend 80% of the time in a car moving from point to point. Whereas they're here, going, this is a great engine, a good-looking game, and all the car models are there. So let's start to bring that gameplay from your more sort of traditional, just
yeah, that's so true.
open adventure game, I guess.
Yeah.
And now it's like, and the driving in between is super satisfying because the game is, tuned to feel that way. So I haven't got to any of that stuff. I'm pumped that there is an interesting sort of like range of stuff that isn't races. And I've just to say, I like that I've dragged some friends into this who wanted to get more into 4, but were a bit, I've mentioned it before on the stream, a bit overwhelmed by just how much it made you kind of do and direct yourself and get through the seasons and get to the right classes. And I don't know, it's always been an approachable series, but I think they've made it just a little bit more streamlined in the front section for people getting started in this, which is great.
The Forza driving has been for a long time kind of the top of arcade racing.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's
sitting
not
next to sim, but it's never there.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And you can scale up the difficulty and make it more of a sim racer, but it's never fully a sim racer. And you can just kind of tune how much of a challenge the driving is based on what you want out of it. But the thing that it's done...
Can we bring the sound up just for this little bit while we keep talking?
Will, I think the problem with this is it's just people talking constantly.
That's what I want to hear. But okay, if we can't.
Please, Will. I don't know.
He wants to hear his Horizon Man.
Yeah.
So you take off from this bit, the plane's done. Oh, look at those freaking paddles, and that's not how you should steer a car.
But yeah, my point being that the driving has been good for a long time, and the game has been getting incrementally better at being a video game.
Yeah,
at putting things in front of you that are interesting.
Yeah,
and just polishing the shit out of it. The thing that has blown me away is the sound design so far, and the cars sound amazing. But listening to a piece of music as you enter an event, it goes from being a car radio mix to because your character jumps on a stage and is fist pumping before a race, and then it's suddenly it's an amphitheater PA system that's playing the same song. Hasn't been a blip in the audio. It's just moved through into this new mix, and then you're in the car racing.
Or if you go to a menu, it does that one where it's the low pass of just the.
It's it's tiny things like that are just there's so much polish, and it's things that I'm sure they have done well to good in well and good are pretty much the same scale. But
fair to good.
Fair to good. Yeah. Fair to good. Those kinds of things, fair to good in the previous iterations of the game. But just because the core mechanic has been so good for so long, it's the extra bits of polish and detail that they're able to put into the game that just make it feel so amazing.
And I love the way that, I'm not a car guy. I don't really understand the difference between, suspension types and how, ABS brakes and whatever.
Sure.
But something that I love about it is that it does go, it's kind of simmy in the racing, as in if I hop in a McLaren, I can tell that it's handling really differently to a Range Rover or something. But a McLaren in real life would never be able to drive up the side of a volcano. But you can in this, but somehow it still feels like if a McLaren could drive up a volcano,
it would feel.
This is what a McLaren would feel like, even though it couldn't. And so I think it can, and so much of the there was this great moment I was taking a VW shell back on a semi-trailer with I'm talking to this woman as I'm driving along, and I'm driving the semi-trailer, and then up in the road ahead there's just a ramp in the middle of the road, a jump ramp, and then I'm okay, just hit it. I hit it. It slightly goes into slow motion, but the whole time the woman is just still chatting to me about why Mexican culture loves the Beatles so much, and then we just land and continue, and it's just this world. And at one point there's a cutscene in one of the expeditions where you basically drive off a cliff by accident, and in anything else it's disaster, whereas here they land and they just sort of laugh and go, all right, should we get back to the festival? And it's oh yeah, a world where you could drive without consequences is a beautiful idea, because God, it would be so much fun.
And there's something about that I always thought, going iteration after iteration with this this series that would get really obnoxious. And there's a few of the little, like, you're driving really well out there, but I do check out games like Dirt and stuff, and they force that they force that attitude and that style just in your face to the point that I sometimes get totally
This is
turned
more like
off.
a positivity thing.
Yeah, and they've been moving towards that with the series, that it's just like it's about having a good time. They even say it's like it's about family. I'm like, Fast and the Furious? But you're right in the sense that it just lets you play with the toys early on as well. I respect that it's never the series that says, right, now let's put you in a crap old car and you're going to work your way up to the best car in the game. They're like, you want to pick this Chevrolet?
Which is what a Need for Speed game might do, or something that has a narrative. It's like your progression through the story is also tied to how good
you wrecked
your
that car in
gear
the
is.
opening race, and then you need to build your way back. They're like, this one, they're like, which shiny toy would you like? And I'm like, all three, please. And they're like, we'll put that in your garage. Go have fun. And you're like, yes.
The drop rate is crazy. Like you level up so quickly, it does the gambling like spin of the wheel.
Yeah, the roulette.
And you can just pick any of those cars at any point in the open world. Of just like, I want to drive this one now, and it just swaps it out for you.
Yeah.
It's so good. I've been mainly playing on PC, but I played a bit on my Xbox Series X last night on my TV that supports 2.1 HDMI, so I have that like variable refresh rate thing, and it looks, oh my god, in 60 on, it just looks
because it has a
incredible.
performance mode and a fidelity mode.
And they're both rock solid. It's 30 and 60, but both 4K.
Yeah.
And I haven't ever had a blip, any graphic issue, whatever. It's it runs like a dream. So. I've been absolutely.
It's also a game that's hard. Like it's hard to you finish the race for that night and you go, okay, I'm done now, and you find you'll play for another 2 hours when you're meant to like just drive to put the controller down. You just can't stop, as you said. You can't take your finger off the accelerator.
Yeah, even little things like this person's driving to the next location, and because you've got this score multiplier, and you are rewarded or challenged just by driving on a straight road. Those little tickers, like you're getting experience just from being in the game, is the kind of stuff that keeps you in the game because you're like, oh, I just started building a combo.
To be fair, that's
I'll just like drift a bit and e-brake it, and it's almost Tony Hawk'y in that way.
Yeah,
which is like, I'll just do a manual to keep my combo going. It's like, I'll just do a little E-drift.
Yeah. Well, that's been in all of them. Oh, I think up until... But it's like you forget in between each game how addictive that is. And to the point that you're right, you're getting a score for linking all your drifts together. And then you stop and you're like, I should probably go to bed. And you're driving in a straight line. It goes, you've been driving in a straight line for this long. Get these many points. You're going really fast. Like, I'm still doing it.
That's what's so great. Is because it rewards you for...
Break. You've stopped the car. Have some points. Like,
clean, excellent driving if you stay on the road and like drift you around the corner as well. Or if you go off road, it gives you destruction points. But it doesn't feel arbitrary. Like it doesn't feel like, oh, I'm just getting points all the time and it doesn't really matter. It feels like you're always accomplishing something in that way. Yeah, which I think is really smart.
I think such a big part of it too, just looking at this and hearing you talk about it, is that it's like it's just created an environment that like lifts your mood to be in it. I think
so happy to be in that.
A big part of the reason why I played so much New World over the past month, even though the quests are awful and boring, is I just like being there.
Outside.
It's just so beautiful.
Yeah, totally.
And I love it.
And in the same way, you're rewarded experience for picking a flower or chopping a tree or doing anything, so you're constantly just doing stuff, and it doesn't really feel like it's particularly immersive gameplay, but it's what I need right now, something that's big and open and beautiful and nature focused.
I think you would have so much fun in this. Mexico is stunning in this game. Like it is Australia was the previous best location for it, but in the couple of hours that I've spent here, I'm just like, oh my God, like
it's so
there is
funny
so much gorgeous variety here.
From beautiful sunny Australia, not just has to be sunny, like interesting weather, and they're like, Britain? Nah. And then they go, Mexico. It's like, thank you. Because the other ones were like...
Will is here, by the way.
Yes.
Will, you've been playing too?
Yeah, I have. I was just going to chip in on the idea of, like, checking off things, because I've got both Pete and Gus as friends, and the other element is the drivatars. And once you hit a board, and down the bottom, it's like, you've hit 50 boards, but Gus has hit 100. And it's like, well, I can't go to bed now. I need to get
all that stuff's so
like,
good. And when you can, the previous ones, like you'd see your friends sort of in the sort of area.
Yeah, this has that as well. Yeah,
the drivatar's been in there since the second one, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
I like
and
it.
before it was just names on AI, and then it started to be like, now we're taking bits of your racing and we're putting that personality into it. I don't know if that's ever really worked, but it's like
that makes me want to drive like a crazy person in the hope.
I think everyone does because in the
like, oh God, Steph's coming.
Everyone's doing this all the time, so all the data, if it's legit, is always crazy, and so you start a race, and everyone goes bang into the first corner. But just adding a nameplate, as you're saying, Will, over any other car in it, just gives it a personality. You're like,
LokiCat says your drivatar is crazy aggressive, Steph. And Nicrotex, apparently my drivatar has been doing some pretty weird things. I did see a Nicrotex, and it was a drivatar, so it wasn't actually him. But I did see a Nicrotex car jerking off under the stadium on the main drag. And I was like, what the hell are you doing over there?
Again, it's weird if they are actually taking the data or if they're just extrapolating that from...
It's based on how that person has been playing.
Fair enough.
It's probably he's probably got the Kinect set up in his bedroom. Will, are you doing racing or are you doing more exploring, challengey stuff?
I love exploring. It's just fun to just drive on the roads and like find... And just the way that the map kind of diverges. Like, as with any game, you've got your marker in the distance, but just the ability to just drive across country, find a road, and then stick to that road. And just like, there's no necessity in terms of how you're getting to that location. And so it's just super fun.
I was doing a race today where it was like, get there under this limit. And and I was following the driving line. And then my like voice nav comes on, and she goes, "There is a shortcut. There is a shorter way there. Continue straight on." And as she says it, it's as we're coming up to a bend. And I'm like, "What?" And so I kind of ignored her and went around the corner. Then finished the race, and I was like,
"You coward!"
And I was like 15 seconds behind. I'm like, okay, let me restart this. And I get up to that same point. She goes, there is a shortcut ahead. Continue straight on. I'm like, okay. And I just barrel through the countryside. And I go through a small Mexican town. I destroy some like chicken sheds and a fence. I take out a bunch of trees. And then there's this secret road there that then lights up as soon as I'm on it orange. As in, this is the shortcut she was telling me about. That takes me to the next checkpoint thing. And I basically like then drift out onto the main road again. And I finish the race under time. And I was like, she was right.
She was real
just like
live
bang it
GPS
through the
like,
forest.
You could drive through that market. I can't go to jail, she said.
It's just so much fun. And I'll round it out by saying that Cam Connick, who is one of the hosts on Good Game, Some Good Shows, which is a podcast, I saw this tweet a couple of days ago, which was Forza Horizon 5 is fucking awesome because everyone in game is perfectly okay with my character being named Count Driftula, and I can launch off a ramp at 200 miles per hour while slamming on a car horn that's just the Windows XP shutdown noise.
I love that. I picked for my the way that they address me in the game is Twinkle Toes. I was like, this one's hilarious. Twinkle Toes. It's got to be Twinkle Toes. I played like half an hour when I first booted up. I played through the opening mission. I'd picked that and whatever. And then I put it down and I came back the next day and completely forgotten about that.
Yep.
And as soon as someone referred to me as, hey, Twinkle Toes, I was like, what?
Hello? Oh,
what's happening?
Pete closes the door.
Well, I had the same thing, except for the first time in my life, I didn't pick a dumb name. I just picked Nick.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there, I'd like left it running, and I think you and I were talking through making a graphic or something, and then I just heard the lady go, hey, Nick, and I went, yes? Oh, it's the game talking to me. But that's the fuck the metaverse. Just make it so that every video game can refer to you by name, and then like that's.
I think I was stoked like 3 games ago. She's like, hey, Goose. I'm like, hi. It's just like weird.
Wow.
Anyway, so yes, Forza Horizon, just such a
Will did have a clip.
Yeah, I've got a clip, and it's pretty tied to the idea of those names. I went with Will as well. So I spent a little bit of time buying a DBS because I need that. I need to enjoy driving. And I sat in an auction for maybe about 20 minutes, chipping away at that. I got it, put the paint on it.
Yep.
How does the auction work?
You can auction it. You've got a bid and
Really?
Cool.
Yeah,
Didn't even know that.
So this is maybe 20 minutes of like, I'm so keen to drive this car.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is for me the epitome of Forza, which is once you get into the game, this happens.
Good choice of radio.
That's good.
Wow. The whip.
Can we do that again?
Pan. Holy shit.
Oh, wow.
So funny.
That's so good. The
Hey,
music.
Will. How far forward do you get to go? Hey, Will.
Oh, That's brilliant. I was trying to be so like soft on the fact they have gotten better at not being as interrupting, but they're still there. Still wants to tell you like, here's what you should be doing. That's amazing.
That's fantastic. Okay, that is Forza Horizon 5. Such a recommend on Game Pass right now. Good. Peter, tell us about another great video game.
Call of Duty Vanguard came out. Obviously, it's much bigger than one component. I played through the single-player campaign. Mm-hmm. It is a loud
Hey, Will.
It is an okay... It's an okay Call of Duty campaign. There's not... I enjoyed it more than Cold War and feel like it has fewer impactful moments than some of the best Call of Duty campaigns. Mm-hmm. A fewer memorable set pieces, for sure. The thing that's really, really good about this campaign that I don't think has happened in any of the other COD campaigns is you are part of this like ragtag team. You are the vanguard behind enemy lines. But the way that the story structure works is that it sets up that these 5 or 6 people are working together to accomplish a mission. And then at the end of the first mission, you're all reflecting on how you came to become a team. And then you play missions as the individual characters that are part of the squad and how they kind of came into this elite group, which is like, you know, a tried and true. There's nothing new about it all. But
it's like ODST.
It's like ODST.
It's also like the simplest and straightforward version of a story that I've seen in a COD game for a long time, because that's my biggest issue has always been COD stories, particularly Black Ops, and even before that, all the Modern Warfare.
Black Ops, like
bouncing around countries, different people, a bunch of generic characters that I really can't remember. It's like, at least this has a structure. This has a structure.
The characters have pretty good identity, and the best thing about the characters is that they all have their own ability. So it's like every time you play a new character, you're not only playing a different mission, you're playing a different mission with purpose, because the characters have different kinds of things that they can do.
When you say ability, is this a...
So one of them can go into like effectively a rage mode. Well, it's not even a rage mode. It's just like they can see...
Berserker?
Yeah, they're not... I don't even think they're invulnerable. It's more like a slow-mo, and they can see people through walls, which is great because... And when I say through walls, it's through jungle foliage.
Yeah,
it's like a jungle mission.
Yeah.
And that's really cool. That's the only really memorable one.
These are abilities that are just in the main... I played this first mission, and I haven't played anything beyond this. Those abilities don't translate into anything outside of this campaign. Obviously, I'm imagining these aren't like parts of what's in the multiplayer.
They're not perks.
Right.
I don't believe.
That's kind of cool.
Maybe there'd be some kill streak with 1 or 2 of them, maybe.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I'm saying that's cool to like make it...
So a kill streak rule.
Yeah.
So. I would say and I won't spoil the story in the ending. Dominic Monaghan is in it.
Really?
He's a Nazi?
He is a Nazi.
Really?
He plays the character that he played in the DVD extra of The Lord of the Rings, where he's asking Elijah Wood if he would wear wigs. Would you wear wigs? When will you wear wigs?
Wait, is he the first Nazi you come across?
No.
On a pier?
No,
that's
not.
Okay,
that's
right. It's his likeness.
Okay.
It looks...
Oh, okay. I'll
like
recognize him.
Yeah. And
Flipper? You're in Flipper film?
Is it Dolphin? Flipper?
That Hobbit stayed in Isengard.
He's great in it. The other performances are good. All like... It feels like it's trying to emulate what Battlefield 1 did so well with its vignettes. And it is basically the same structure.
Are they as distinct as that? Because I've only played about 2 hours of the campaign. So I've done the first mission, then the next next big one. Are they as different and varied as the Battlefield 1?
They are all basically on foot shooting stuff. There's definitely like, in terms of location, yes. A lot of location variants. One of them was served in the Pacific. There's a Yank who's a pilot who flew in the Pacific. There's a Russian who was in Stalingrad, and so it's snowy and crazy. And the Australian rats at Tobruk. It's just the thing that worked so well about. I think the Battlefield tone was better, and the story missions were a little stronger because of that, and also. They're kind of more fun as levels because they're bigger, whereas this is still a COD campaign of like it's
corridor shooting.
Very linear.
Yeah.
Like at most you have 3 paths down the same road as opposed to having a bunch of options in how you approach something.
I've kind of pumped the brakes on the campaign and realized that one of my probably more like controversial is like I've never really taken to COD campaigns. I've never found it a very entertaining shooter to play single player. Part of that is how linear and how narrow it does actually feel, even though it's trying to give you the illusion of space. And I find that more frustrating. Case in point, like where I've just kind of put the controller down here is in the game, not right now, obviously, but where you land as part of the D-Day day before, and you drop behind enemy lines, or you're in France, and the Nazis all turn up with torches. They're looking for you, and the game is like, oh, quick, find your way out of this one. I'm like, all right, I'll head into those trees. And the game like blows a whistle, light comes. It's like game's like, no, don't go that way. Don't go that way. It's like, oh, okay, I'll run over the field. It goes, no, don't go that way. Someone shot you.
We haven't rendered that.
We haven't done that bit yet. There's too many guys. There's a dog over there. Go, maybe there's a truck. There's a truck. Go. I was like, okay, I'll go near and under the truck. And it's like, yeah, I'll go near that truck. Now
we did all the bottom of the truck.
And I'm like, well, maybe now I'll go through the forest. It's like, let's go through the forest now. And then it's just like, it's trying to. I'm doing it through failing every time, and
it's annoying.
Pulls
you out of it.
It's restrictive.
And for some reason, dying in the campaign, sorry to steamroll this, but like just makes me angry in these campaigns. The dying is like, fuck, you're dead, and you're just like, I don't know what killed me, which is war.
Yeah.
But it's like,
I always play him on veteran. This one was like pretty easy.
Yeah, okay.
As far as like, because otherwise they're over in 3 hours.
Yeah.
And like I finished it in 6 hours on veteran, I think.
Well, it says 5 was roughly kind of what people were saying, I think, from reviews. So yeah, that's...
There were only like... And veteran usually has those... I can remember a checkpoint in Modern Warfare 1 or 2 that I played for like an hour. Like a checkpoint. I was just like, die. Yeah. Die. Go over here. Throw a grenade, get through what you think is it. The checkpoints are rough as fuck.
Yeah.
And you go through even like 5 more minutes and get killed, and it's way back to there, and you're like, ah!
And then you're like, died. Winston Churchill once said, I don't care. Thanks, Sensu, Art of War. Fuck off. I'm just going to try and get past this roadblock.
Yeah, totally. In this one, all of the quotes in between missions are from the characters.
Yeah, totally.
It took me a while to work that out.
Which is, I think, like them trying to Battlefield Bad Company it in going like, actually, in this story, the characters are the most important thing. Like, it's not actually a let's look at war, a big picture war like they've done in the past.
And also, half those quotes they often bring up, like, man's greatest enemy isn't himself, it's his mind. And it's like, that's not what this game is telling me.
Yeah.
This game is saying, shoot everything, it's awesome. So,
when you make which it the is great. And then it's like, and then it's like the Aussie guys, like, the quote is like, if you got a grenade, bloody throw it. Cool. The Aussie character is great. Obviously, he was based on a New Zealander, which was a point of controversy.
All of them, the more you play it, you see how loose. No, I was going to say
loose.
They're so loose. Like
what nationality is the voice actor?
Australian.
Yeah, but they're all based on real war people who were fought in the war. But I think when that initial announcement came out, we were like, okay. And then when you play it, you're like, wow, these are like absolute, more inglorious bastards, kind of like super zooped up versions of their.
Yeah.
I've remembered the other thing that the Russian sniper character has as her like thing that's her point of interest is that in every mission you play as her, they throw you into a sneak around. Like almost stealthy, but not really. Like it's action stealth. Mm-hmm. You slide under shit like mad. Like the movement is insane in it. Yeah, but you're like the idea of it is that there's like we just put 40 people in this labyrinth that you're in, and it's literally a maze. Like it looks great. The set design is amazing, but like you can imagine them sketching it out on a piece of paper of like here's the little paths that you can take that they can't, so you can zip around because you're weaker. And there's 40 of them, but you can zip around and stab one in the back and then duck back through and there's one of those in every one of her missions, and they're the most fun part of the game.
That sounds sick.
The thing that is set up as definitely the coolest mission is the pilot on the aircraft carrier about to take off, and it's like, of course, this is going to be the best one. It's dog shit. It's worse than like flying missions from games 10 years old.
Yeah,
it's
right.
Awful. You don't have any kind of freedom with.
It's when they haven't actually built
like
any vehicle mechanics. They've just said it's still a shooter. We're just putting your camera in a cockpit and you're moving a weird reticle and
it's
you're
so
kind
bad.
of flying.
And it has those really, again playing on veteran, arbitrary things that kill you. It's like I can't do anything about this. There's a moment where you're dive bombing and it's like I can't dodge the bullets. I will just die because of the RNG of the bullets coming at me. And then I had to actually Google it. And I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't dodge some bullets.
Yeah.
And the trick was to scope in. And then you get hit less.
Oh,
that was the only way to get through that tiny little checkpoint.
Ah.
Weird.
Yeah, I just kept getting reset, and I was like, I don't know how to get past this stuff. And it was just like, by scoping in, it made
your
you
hitbox?
smaller. Yeah. And I just got hit less.
Basic World War II.
That logic.
Gone from this to...
That's like
of going, you can't see me.
they're the ones who, Steph, they're the ones who got across the beach on D-Day. The ones who
right.
like this.
Fair. It's a good strat.
But yeah, it looks beautiful.
Yeah, it looks great.
Gorgeous. And if you play through all the COD campaigns, this definitely isn't the worst one. And there's things to keep it interesting on the way through. So
I'll try and push through it. I'm not sure if it's my main draw card of this game.
Yeah,
but
that's because there's a multiplayer and a zombies mode.
Yeah. That's true. There is, and that's what I've been playing. I went straight into the zombies because I'm always just curious to see what they've done with that to shake it up. And here we can see exiting through the birth canal. So the zombies in this has had like a bit of a dumb down, I guess is the best way to put it. I have a strange relationship with the zombies mode in the sense that I have a very nostalgic affinity with the early World at War, even I think the first iteration, which was just this basic wave mode where you were in a snowy hut that you were boarding up windows and you were just trying to get currency and stay alive and fend them off, and there was no win state. It was just they're going to keep coming and you see it's a score chaser. I loved that, and I loved the variations of that were pretty simple, that just changed some maps. There were some things like you're owning a currency that you're using for a mystery box that you're all fighting over because you want to get that crazy cool weapon. Like, that was enough for me, and I didn't love where the zombies mode went through your early Black Ops and then some versions in between. Where
is that when they started introducing like the story to it? With
it was
Seth Green and stuff.
They went hard on bringing in actors, and they were like, every zombie mode has some recognizable faces in it, and then it was like there's a narrative, and there's also this like really cryptic way of like, how do you progress through this map? And it was always about like, you'd look at things that cost too much and you go, I don't know how to use that, I need to get a lever. And it was always, I think a lot of the community loved that, and they loved how cryptic and how obtuse it was as a way to give it longevity. But I hated it because it just meant failing again and again before you got anywhere in it. That got to like, I think in Black Ops 4 or whatever, Black Ops 3, like, it got stupid. You were on the Titanic and it was just like no door would open. You're just like, I'm just going to die until I work this out. I hated it. I totally turned me off zombies. Until the last Black Ops had that more open version. I forget the name of it. We were trying to remember. It's like Blackout, not Blackout mode, but there was they were using multiplayer maps that were infested with zombies that then you would run around, earn heaps of currency, and Outbreak mode was great. It wasn't perfect, but it was a definitely interesting sort of spin on the series, because it had a heap of maps and it had all these little mini game versions that would happen in it. You go and do wave modes, you do the boarding up housing within that map. It was really ambitious and had a lot to it, a lot of mechanics, a lot of currencies. What actually you get here is a single mode which begins in a hub. You start in a hub with 0 to a couple of zombies, up to 3 other people, so it's a group of 4. You then see all your vendors in this area. There's armor upgrades, there's weapon upgrades, there's like chalices you can drink from to give you extra buffs. There's hearts as a currency that you can sacrifice to get 3 interchangeable perks. That's kind of it. Then dotted around you are portals that you can go into to do these little runs. And essentially it's a roguelike. Now, it's saying start the game, put the money into what the skill you want to try and buff or the weapon you want to buff, then go and do a portal. They range from, one is just simply stay alive for 2 minutes, one is follow a glowing orb that moves through the map that you have to stay within, and one of them that we're seeing here is get kills to pick up items to deposit them into an obelisk that moves around the map. Unfortunately, I think that's it. So a lot of people have been criticizing the fact that it's really limited in its ambition in terms of what you're meant to be doing. For me, I'm kind of happy with that, because that's slightly back to what I was saying at the start. That's a wave mode or 2 light variations of. You come back to the hub zone every time. What I like is that hub zone isn't a safe zone. Like, it still has zombies around it. Yeah. And every time you come back, there's just a few more every time. And they're not super aggressive, but they are there. And so suddenly, while you and your team are like, I'm just going to get some armor, I'm going to go and use a pack-a-punch, I'm going to go and drink from this, suddenly you wait, like 10 of them just go, run in, you're like, shit, hang on, we'll just deal with that. You're allowed to stay in there, I think, as long as you want, and you, as you see here, you're just like killing the enemies while you're doing your gear sorting in between. And then someone votes to do another run, you all agree, and then you run off and do that. That's pretty much it. And again, the sort of consensus online has been that people are like, this isn't as big and bold as every other zombie mode we've played. Personally, I really like it. I'm going to drag some friends into it, and I hate being the one who gets in first, learns the mechanics, and then has to be the guy who...
You read the rulebook.
I read the rulebook. I'm the guy on the table being like, okay, guys.
No one has an attention
What the
span.
hell are these? Those are sacrilegious hearts. You'll need to collect at least 12 of those. And they're like, we're going back to Rocket League, Gus. I'm like, once, some friends did that, and they went to Rocket League, and I hadn't quite noticed, and they're like, we've been playing Rocket League. I was like, what's amazing? And like, they'd left.
We've been no worries for
No
45 minutes.
probleming.
No problem.
Brutal. This will be far easier, I think, to say, hey, this is a lot easier to get your head around. There's still goals that you want to be like getting towards, which is like earning enough to max out your gun like crazy in the Pack-a-Punch. You can exfil at 4 after you do 4 of the portals. So after that, you can choose to touch a ruin in there, and you basically, it's like the chopper run you did in the previous one that I've already forgotten the name. Outbreak. Damn it. Operation Hail Mary. So you can choose to leave and take your XP with you there. So I think mainly the thing that everyone's playing this for now is to get a heap of XP and to leave with it, and that XP goes into your battle pass and everything.
Yeah, totally.
It's not to get all those glowing purple crystals that then get put into different abilities that you want to take back on new runs when you play Breakpoint or whatever it's called. And so it's like... This is the fun run wave mode that you can add to the end of a single-player game or a multiplayer session and say, we'll play one round of zombies, we'll see how far we can get, we'll move on from then. The last thing I will say is I fucking hate the design of how they've gone with... I hate all the glowing, I hate all the neon, I hate all the occult...
Strong words.
I get it because they want to make it different from the realism stuff, but then like if you go too far in the other direction, it just seems tacky.
And they really do. The opening cutscene for this is a giant four-armed red Incan kind of evil creature going like, and it's like everyone glows in different ways. Whereas, as I said, I really loved that first one where it was a snowy cabin with just zombies. They didn't ever have glowing eyes. It was terrifying. And it was like a hardcore zombie mode, which there is, you know, if that's really what you want to play, there are other games out there that do that better, I think.
Totally.
So they go, what do people like in this? But just sometimes just the amount of glowing. And then the light...
That zombie
it just
Yes. There's brain rot as one of the perks on a gun, which can occasionally randomly turn one of them on your side, and they turn green and run off and attack other things.
Yeah, cool.
But some of the map runs I did were like pitch black, with a giant yellow orb around me with glowing things, and I was like, I literally couldn't see, and I was just angry, and I was just like...
There's tasteful ways
Bruce
of
Willis was
gamifying those modes and doing it in a way that it doesn't look like... Yeah, I guess.
I'd like to see them scale it all the way back now. Maybe they could flesh it out with a lot of different game modes or sort of variations on the waves, but just to go with like a light no HUD version that feels really gritty and real. But yeah, in the meantime, this is I like how simple this is. So I'm I think, you know, the exception to the rule in this one, but it's fun.
Cool. And very quickly, I think the best part of the game is the multiplayer, and that's what I've been focusing on. I think I'm level 37. At the moment, so I'm nearly at Prestige.
Good for you. For us.
20 maps on launch, so tons more maps than Cold War. Really good variety of them. All the things that I was worried about for months, guns would be underpowered and feel like shit. It would be really slow and very dull. All of those are not true. The guns feel pretty good, except for over distance, and that's to be expected, I guess, because they are older. There's plenty of attachments and cool upgrades on them. The movement is great, really fast. It's got that double tap run thing that was in Modern Warfare, where there's like normal run, and then there's like sprint with your gun up. You can burst through doors, mounting guns on things. All of the movement really, really feels great. I like it. Apparently, it's kind of the same as like Warzone because they're using the same engine, but for whatever reason, this has clicked with me more, and so now I'm thinking, oh, I could probably now
So you were worried about that? You were really clicking with
I've never clicked with Warzone for whatever reason. Whenever I play Warzone, I'm just like, I'm shit at this. This feels awful, but this is pretty fun. I think that across the board with Vanguard, the general consensus just seems to be, it's not the worst Call of Duty, it's not the best Call of Duty, and
it's more Call of Duty.
Yeah, I think this Call of Duty, this multiplayer is probably a little bit better than Cold War, but not as good according to a lot of people who loved Modern Warfare, as that one, which is still being played. The two really cool additions to it that I like, one is one of the game modes, which, is it called Patrol? I can't quite remember. It's the one where there's a glowing circle that moves around that was in that beta. It's really, really fun. It just forces all these engagements across all different areas of the map, and this sort of like, you're moving and trying to hold this circle as it moves around a map. There's 3 or 4 of you trying to hold it, and so all the enemies are coming to you, as opposed to like searching for people on a map. Everyone knows where the action is going to be, so it forces really intense firefights. And then when you gain an advantage, you go, okay, now how can we start like posting people as it's going? You want 2 people ahead of you and like 3 people behind you, and then 2 people on the spot as it goes. And so that's really, really fun. And then the other thing that they've added is this combat pacing mode, which is really cool. And so if you want XP, you want to be using this. It's got every map, every game mode has 3 different combat pacings that you can have. And it's Assault, Tactical, and Blitz. So Assault is just normal amount of COD players, normal amount of action. Tactical is less players on the map, and it's more like everything counts. There's less time between engagements. You need to be more tactical in the way that you move around. And Blitz is, we've shoved 40 people in this map. Blitz free for all is like a joke, because it's 1 versus 40 people, and like there are times where you spawn in and you spawn next to 3 people and behind 2 people, and then it's just like brah! And then you kill 2 people and then you die in half a second.
Yeah.
But
it's like going to the popular high level area of a battle royale and
it's nuts.
Well, they were getting to that with Black Ops, with some of those, like they were seeing how many people they could cram into Nuketown, and it was like, okay,
yes, and Nuketown was that thing of like, if you want to level up a new gun or a new whatever, go to Nuketown and do that sort of like high density map stuff.
Is it just player count, or is it to do with damage and HUD or anything like hardcore mode?
No, I don't think it's. Yeah, I think it's just player count.
Because I assume hardcore mode's probably still in there.
Yeah, it's still in there.
Yeah.
But it's
different menu.
It's really cool. It's just a nice way of, I think, adding variety, and that's the big thing of like, even though there's 20 maps, you will hit that point where you're like, oh yeah, I know all these maps and I'm waiting for the next season to drop something new. But you go, okay, well, I'm going to play this map much slower.
This isn't sped up.
No, that's that.
God, it's fast when you're not the one playing it. It's like when you're not in control, you're like, my God, they're running fast.
But yeah, I've been playing quite a bit. I'm going to keep playing, so I've been enjoying this, and so much so that I haven't gone back to the campaign. So I will finish the campaign at some point, but me, who used to love COD campaigns, is now me, love COD multiplayer, and I'm the guy who's like, stop making the campaign, just focus on more mouse.
We should really at least play one multiplayer match together.
We should.
I say this all the time anytime we're playing the same game, but it never happens.
But we've played like 3 variations of the same series and talked about how much we like the multiplayer in it.
Don't.
Yep.
So that is Call of Duty. Steph.
Yes. Of course, I've been playing another spooky game this week, which means it's time for... Hexes, Horror, Hijinks, Hob, the Week.
Spooky. Scariest part of that is how long the tail on that graphic. Jesus Christ.
That was
half the show.
So this week I played the new Dark Pictures game, House of Ashes.
I am so excited to hear about this.
Yeah. Okay. So interesting. I played Until Dawn, and I played a bit of Man of Medan.
Did you like Until Dawn?
I loved Until Dawn. It's like, especially once I kind of understood that it is very much a schlocky teen horror sort of homage in many ways. It's taking all of the tropes from sort of teen horror films, the hot couple and the friendship fights that are all happening in some kind of, well, in this instance, a ski chalet, and then there's some kind of supernatural element, and you know how many people are still alive at the end is up to you, and how good you are at quick time events. So I really enjoyed Until Dawn. I thought it was great, and I really liked that it was like starring Hayden Panettiere, so it's kind of like
what's she doing these days?
Random B-grade teen actress or something. And the same thing, I didn't play all of Man of Medan, but I remember it starting in a boat and it being some kind of a diving thing, and there was a hot couple and they were having a fight about something, and there was another guy, and the guys are always competitive about something, and there was another actor in that, I forget.
Hayden Panettiere was
yeah. So this one is starring Ashley Tisdale of High School Musical fame.
Yeah, right. Yep.
And is set in the very schlocky and trivial setting of the US invasion of Iraq led by George
It's a hot
Bush
couple. There's a few people fighting.
in his search for weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah, wow. It's a good twist.
Which was so strange. And so they've tried to, and then there's like Ashley Tisdale, who's just like a Marine or a US military someone. She's superior to her husband, who she has cheated on apparently. So the first thing, we're kind of involved in this really
What's the game?
really kind of serious setting.
Meanwhile, all the footage we've been playing has been
this is like
the mummy.
Yeah, this is a prologue. So
Yes,
it's kind of like
yeah.
Mesopotamian. This is where the kind of the
spooky comes
stuff
from.
comes in.
Yeah.
So we kind of get involved in this marriage that has broken down between Ashley Tisdale's character and her husband. And George Bush, and her husband Eric. She's making out with some other guy, and then there's a couple of other characters, and we're sort of watching them prepare to kind of go out and,
Do their thing.
do their thing. Then you're put into the shoes of an Iraqi soldier called Salim, who just wants to kind of be done with everything war related and go be with his son, and he's got some crazy general who's like, yeah, let's hit back at the Americans. And so then I was playing this with Barjo, and Barjo and I were playing when you played the Dark Pictures game. Did you play it together?
We weren't doing any co-op-y thing.
But you were playing a single player.
We were playing a
just
single
passing
player
the control.
passing the control.
Or we're just making decisions on one
together.
thing. Yeah.
Okay. So Barjo and I were playing through this very odd storyline in co-op, which puts you in the shoes of different characters at the same time, and different things are happening.
Which I believe Man of
dots.
Medan had as an option as
But
well.
in the same location?
No. So
In two different
sometimes
stories.
Sometimes we'd be in control of different characters in the same setting. So two Americans. I'd be playing Ashley Tisdale and he'd be playing the husband.
But sometimes you're playing Ashley Tisdale and he's playing the Iraqi soldier or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And then there was a situation where I was suddenly the Iraqi soldier, and I was just trying to, not get involved in this war. And the captain's like, we're going to go and bomb the Americans. And then Barjo's down there as the Americans.
Yeah,
and I'm looking through the binoculars. And I'm like, oh, there's Barjo down there. And the guy's got this big RPG and he's like, shoot them. And I'm like,
Shoot
no.
Barjo.
And he's like, shoot them. And Barjo's doing something else. And so we would have these moments in between.
In real time? Because it's
In real time.
So you would see him walk off in a weird direction, spin around, because that's what he did.
He's never really doing any first person. It's always cutscenes kind of playing.
Making dialogue choices.
There
was?
It wasn't just cutscenes. It was you'd
Just
go
third
around and you'd look at
person
things and
walking
you'd do
around
and
yeah.
stuff.
So
That's strange.
Yeah, it was weird.
It might have been
And
in
then-
the one we did. We just never really
Saw it.
Yeah,
saw
maybe.
doing
Saw
it
it.
because they always fraction their stories up. So So I wonder if there's always been something in them. But yeah.
Yeah. So then the choices that we would each make in our little things would then kind of affect each other. Yeah. So I chose not to shoot the RPG at the Americans, but then my superior shot an RPG at a helicopter, which then crashed, and then they were all like, let's fucking go. And then it was just really weird and crazy. And then we'd have to keep pausing the game and be like, okay, so in my section what happened was I did this, and this is the choice that I made, and then I tried not to do that, but then this happened. And he was like, oh, that's why this thing happened. So then that gave me the option to do this. And it was it's a really weird way to play, and I'm not sure if I like it, but I want to kind of keep going with it.
it's not cooperative. You're doing things separately.
Yeah.
I mean, towards the same goal, but
sometimes
it's
it puts you together, and then you are working cooperatively.
Odd.
But
So
staying as, but you might play as different characters.
Different characters.
Yeah, that's true.
So sometimes we'd be playing, I'd be playing the Iraqi soldier and he'd be playing an American, and we'd be doing different stuff. And then there'd be other times where we'd be playing these characters in a marriage who were trying to work through their marriage. And I was going, and I want to get back together with you. And he's like, but we're so good together. It was this weird, fractured story.
Do you have to play co-op, or you can? Or
No.
Okay, right.
No. You can play single player, and in co-op you do just miss whole sections of the game.
Yeah. And single player, I imagine you would as well, right? You wouldn't. Would you not be, or is it halved the amount of story story when you play it in co-op.
Yeah, I think in single player you kind of play through each.
So you play as the American and on the ground, and then you play as the Iraqi, deciding whether to shoot the RPG, and then you're back in as the Americans.
So,
yeah, right. Okay.
You remember how like confusingly convoluted and fractured our playthrough of Ark
went swimmingly.
None of it made sense. Like it felt very patched together. So I don't know if it was in that, because it's weird if it was them in Man and Medan and in this one, but not in the one in between. We just might have not selected co-op.
But was it scary? Was it fun? Was this?
It did start. Yes, it was just. I'm still just trying to wrap my head around the kind of political setting for this genre of game, because it just felt really odd. And I'm still very undecided on the play style, the co-op play style, or whether I like it or I don't, because I don't hate it. Like, I find it interesting and exciting to kind of get to a point where we meet up and sort of debrief on what happened. And I like the fact that we're both making choices that affect each other, either, from a relationship perspective or, whether we're going to live or die perspective. Yeah. It's just that, like, they haven't done enough to develop these characters to a point where I feel like it's worthy of the story they're trying to tell. But at the same time, it's like this sort of like cheap horror.
Yeah, totally.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I mean that's been the
same
problem.
Thing they're running with all
of them at some point, of just going like your tonally is just not matching up with what you're trying to execute in the area that you're trying to execute. At two different.
Outside of Until Dawn, which I've heard everyone just rave about, because they really hit the nail on the head with that one.
Successful because it was like it leaned really hard into the teen horror thing. I accepted it as that, and that was fine. Blackbeard says, I really liked the setting. It's really nothing we've ever seen before in horror games. And I totally agree. But it just doesn't feel like the writing and the story that they're trying to tell is worthy of the setting that they've put it in. Because
of the political weight and stuff that comes with it?
Because of the political weight of it. And like, so then what happens, the way it kind of delves into the scary stuff is you see that first scene with the kind of Mesopotamian, dudes. There's a prologue that shows you a kind of a series of events that lead towards a really big curse that's happening. And when this big battle takes place, the floor caves in of this village down into this whole underground, temple-y type thing where you sort of see that previously people have been down here and died. There's something supernatural going on, and there are these creatures that kind of hide in the dark.
How far into the game is that, like, story-wise?
Like 45 minutes.
It's in the trailer, so like the pitch, because then the point is that you, from what I saw in the trailer, it's like both sides are trapped in there together, and
it becomes very kind of like like Egyptian mummy type temple-y sort of stuff down there.
And the mummy of my enemy is also my enemy. That's the saying.
But it's this kind of Mesopotamian setting, and so then you have this whole thing of like, once they're all down there, Salim, the Iraqi soldier, and the Americans have to kind of forge an alliance because they now have a common enemy, which is these kind of monsters. And like, that doesn't feel like it's handled respectfully enough. And it just like, at the same time, we're supposed to care about this marriage between these two people. Why? And we don't even know why their relationship broke up. It's like every time we see Ashley Tisdale, who's like got all of these really snooty, bitchy lines about why she doesn't want to be married to him anymore. We found out that he had an accident where he lost his leg, and she's like, "Get over it."
Oh God! So totally fucked.
And then I was like, "Well, we don't know the whole story about their marriage. Like, it could have been really hard, or maybe he was like really abusive or something like that. Like, we just don't know." And then she's like, "I was just bored, and I wanted to be a new person." And I was like, "What the fuck? Come on!"
It's actually still just a High School Musical character.
Yeah. It's like she is so like one-dimensional. Like, the best character in it is Salim. He's amazing. Like, he feels well-rounded. His motion capture is really good. The performance is great. I like sympathize with his situation. Like, he doesn't even want to be there, and he does a really good job of like kind of endearing himself to other people because he's kind of like for peace. But like, the other dudes are just like your typical kind of dude bro American soldier characters that you could have pulled them straight out of Until Dawn. Like, they're the same character.
But again, not being by the sounds of it like schlocky enough within to be a fun like romp of a game. It's like, well, you've weighted it in this other. I mean, all their games have been. It's such a weird trajectory from the Dark Pictures anthology, from Until Dawn being schlocky, and then every other one has been super ambitious and adding this co-op thing and adding all these complex characters, but never being able to like.
I admire the motivation behind it and wanting to create something in a setting that is different, and I admire them for like, you know, tackling the subject of this war, which was obviously, you know, completely unnecessary. And I think it's cool that you can have characters that are in that. It just didn't meld with the kind of game that it was, and it didn't deal with the material well enough or tactfully enough to feel like it worked.
Did it have creepy man narrator at the start and all that?
Sure
Going
did.
like,
Sure did. It's got all that.
looks like, I mean, he's great. But again, he's setting up what is a Crypt Keeper style murder mystery. And you're like, no, this is trying to be as serious as possible.
The other thing too is that like, the motion capture is mostly good, but for specifically Ashley Tisdale's character, it is so bad. She looks like her head and her body are captured separately. Her face looks wrong.
Her eyes are constantly going in directions other than her head.
Yeah, she feels like an alien wearing someone's skin, and not knowing how to behave like a normal human. And it's like, but everyone else's is mostly fine. I just don't know what went on with her. Maybe like Bajo was saying, maybe that because she's a slightly more, you know, higher tier celebrity than these other people, they didn't have
do the
time.
Motion capture.
They paid her to do the voice stuff and maybe a bit and capture like and map her face, but then it was like they did everything in a computer. Maybe, I don't know. It was like, it's very distracting, and
I've got high hopes
potentially
for
scarier
the last one, because I think that Until Dawn was so great because it lent into all those tropes. And each one seems to be moving away from the idea of the schlocky horror thing and into trying to do something more. They did announce the last one, which is serving as their season finale. It's called The Devil in Me. And it's like, man tries to make, mechanized automaton from human body parts. And I'm like, I'm back in, because that's actually like, you can be I want you to be ridiculous in this scenario.
Yes.
Because it does feel a bit like, I don't necessarily want to see a horror movie. That's not true. I do want to see a horror movie in this setting, but if the real horror isn't war or the American soldiers, then you've kind of, like, why the fuck are you saying in Iraq?
It's too much.
So go hammy. Yeah. So I'm glad that it sounds like they're going there.
They have come off like kind of like badly translated films from another country. Like that's how they've, well, at least the one we played, and then from the half of Man and Medan, I'm like, and that comes from that fractured storytelling and decision making that they lean hard on. That is like, suddenly characters will have complete changing of like motivations and suddenly outbursts and quiet bits, or not address the elephant in the room. And you're like, what the fuck is going on? I mean, again, I've seen people having sort of shadows of that in this the same way we did.
Yeah, like I want to see it through, and I think because Bajo and I are playing together, I'm enjoying that aspect of it. And like I said, I'm still undecided on whether I think it works when you play it that way. Because it does add a fun element of like, I guess, living with the choices that another person made and not really knowing how that's going to affect you, and you can choose whether or not you want to tell each other what you've done.
Well, I was going to ask, is the game, I can't really remember it, but obviously people will stream this playing each perspective, but I don't think the game is built to be you sitting on comms with the other person.
No. It's
kind of a thing that's an option to say sometimes play with someone else, and you know there's another human on the other end of this story.
Bajo was saying, I think, that when he played the Man of Medan, there was more stuff in the interface to tell you, like, mute or don't talk to each other for this bit, or like, stuff like that. And I think that probably would have, because we kind of figured that out halfway through. We were like, we should actually not be talking to each other or dictating what we're doing in this situation, because it'll be more fun for us if you don't know what decision I've made here. And like,
Ace of Spades?
There was a moment where we were talking about our marriage and stuff like that, and then I went away, and then I had the option to put my wedding ring on or take it off, and I was like, I'm going to leave it off. And then Bajo was like, I feel like we can get back together, and I was just like, yeah, maybe. And he's like, you're not wearing your wedding ring, and I was like, I took it off. And then it's fun and I'm enjoying it. I'm so baffled by the setting.
Yeah, lots of strange. I mean, the whole series has been defined by, really, this is the choice you went with?
Yeah.
But like, at least some, I'll still take that over, I don't know,
Rami Malek was in Until Dawn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he was. Oh, well.
I never actually played it. I kind of caught you guys playing a little bit of it.
Oh, dude. You gotta
No,
play
I really
Until
want to.
Dawn.
It's on the PlayStation Plus collection.
Yeah, okay.
The
I
free
definitely
game.
should.
Really
PlayStation.
good. It's
It's so
really
good,
good.
dude. It's so worth checking out.
Okay.
Pete, close us out with Among Trees. I'm going to talk about my game next week.
Okay. This is going to be really quick. Among Trees is a solo survival game that has, I believe what has happened is it's just launched on Steam to come out of early access as the developers have decided to stop supporting it. So they've gone like, we ran this through early access.
We got you.
There's a blog post. They're now selling it for more than the early access was. Because they've obviously been updating it throughout the early access period, and they're like, it obviously didn't get enough of an early access boost for them to go like, this is where we should be putting all our time. They've been working on it for 2.5 years, 3 years, something like that. It's stunning. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
The sound design and obviously the visuals are really striking. The UI you would adore.
I see a little of it.
Yeah, it's actually...
That's already my biggest turnoff, I see. No, yeah.
It's actually perfect and beautiful. Like, it's designed where so many survival games aren't, and every part about this game is designed, and I think that's why people aren't finding it fun. But, like, good font choices, just good fun.
Good kerning.
Great choices everywhere. The
Kerning is the spacing between letters I learned
Correct.
today.
It is.
Kerning is how Angus achieves.
So I played the first 40 minutes, and it feels like it's very much a solo game. And because it is a solo game, it feels like it's a more tailored experience, which I really like. You kind of it sets up that you've decided to escape the city and just try and live in the wilderness. Story is all the time. You find a cabin in the woods, and the first thing to do is fix it. And it's like, I'm gonna set up camp here. I'm far enough away from civilization that I'm gonna set up camp here. There's some dilapidated technology and stuff around, an old radio tower and stuff that's fallen over, and it's just like no one's been here in a long time. And so you kind of collect scraps, and then you're in this house that you've put together, and there's little things on the walls, and it's like, this is gonna be this tiny little house. And I was like, the first upgrade I'm going to do is the workshop, and it's going to be this little bench, and I'm going to be able to make fucking a fireplace at my workbench because this is a survival game. I finished the workbench, and it adds an entire room to this cabin that is this beautiful, it's an amazing workshop, this beautiful bench, and it's I used 3 pieces of fucking...
I was going to say, you use 3 sticks and a mushroom, and you're you have a palatial extension.
You now make custom tables. Millionaires.
And you pretty quickly realize that the satisfying thing about this game is building this beautiful space for yourself. I found
mansion.
Yeah, like a cabin mansion. I found seeds and
I've always wanted. Yes.
There's not much depth to the game, I think, is the problem. It's kind of there's nice things to build, and a lot of it is aesthetic. As soon as I built the workshop, it was you can now build an axe, and you can chop down trees, and you can build a fishing rod, and you can go fishing. But the biggest menu in it by far was, here's all the wooden ornaments you can carve to put an owl over your door.
Yeah, right, okay.
And so it's okay, this is just
it's a game that has its priorities.
Build a fucking cubby and love it.
Wait. So
nice.
This is a game for you guys.
Yeah. Totally.
Pete, I want you to carve me an owl for our cabin mansion.
I like the idea of,
Done,
I've just finished a workshop. Wonderful. No, don't go in it.
You can pick,
No, don't use that.
you can pick mushrooms, you can pick flowers.
You can pick mushrooms, you can pick flowers. There's a lot of classic
That's a
survival
game.
stuff.
Enemies?
That's a fucking game.
There's a bear.
animals?
There's a bear. There
One
are
bear
animals to hunt.
or
People are talking about
I
a
think
fox.
bears are the bad
Okay,
things.
And a handcraft chair as well.
People, Saber is talking about a fox. Or maybe, do they mean actual fox or carved fox?
I feel sad when I don't visit. No, it would be actual.
Go out. That's a horror game. They just got a carved wooden animal.
Your animals come alive at night.
He's like,
There's stealth, and you hide in the long grass from the bears and stuff like that, and you harvest what you can from around them.
cottage core.
It's totally cottage core, the game.
Wow.
And they've collected seeds here, and I collected seeds. You can build, I imagine when you build the food area, the cooking station, there's also, you can have beds to plant your own vegetables from seeds and stuff like that. It's just it's so sweet and beautiful, and it has these systems in it. Like the survival systems don't really need to be there to make it the experience that it really is, which is enjoy your time in the wilderness. And the sound design is really, really nice.
Oh, sorry. So there are like you need to eat and drink.
You need to eat and drink, and like so like. And when I say that, it was actually part of the exciting part of the first half hour where I was like trying to gather resources, and it's like early on, it's like you're gonna need metal, and it's like I came to the middle of fucking nowhere. But there are some old abandoned, again, a collapsed radio tower and stuff. It's like people were here at some point, and you're getting bits of rope and steel pipes and stuff. And this is kind of where the bear hangs out. They like set up that like we know to finish your cabin.
Do you befriend the bear?
I don't think you befriend the bear. I think the bear is bad for life.
Okay.
There was a mode called Zen mode where the bear's just not in it as well.
Forest.
I did watch a documentary about a man who becomes friends with bears, and like I think he spends his whole life with them, and then eventually the bear kills him.
Wait, is
the one narrated by Werner Herzog?
Yeah, I was going to say, is it the Werner Herzog one?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, okay,
yeah.
Despite his charming disposition and his voice,
there is a scene in that film that I will never forget.
Yeah.
The bear didn't eat me. You can hide from the bear in the long grass and stuff. I just think like that they've abandoned this thing, and I only know about its existence because it's like launched on Steam, and I was like, cool, that's exciting.
Yeah.
And yeah, sorry.
No, I just said
Interrupting.
Shut up. I've said I'm at the theatre. I was just going to ask about the survival stuff. Obviously, there's the bear, but if you don't eat or drink, I imagine it's one of those games that do you die if you don't eat, or do you just become too tired to carve a table? It seems like such a lovely game that they wouldn't have a death state. It would just be you don't get
too weak to lift the oak.
I didn't.
The forest animals come to your aid.
Carry you to
It's not quite Disney.
Okay.
I assume I'm meant to hunt the deer and the rabbits and stuff that I did see around.
You can never be a vegetarian in a survival game. They don't let you. You just got to kill baby seals all day. Sucks.
Well, you could eat mushrooms, but
That was one game, Stephanie.
even in the forest. Baby seal. What are you doing?
We could leave her on the mushroom.
you could definitely. I think you probably could build enough of your own veggie patch to get away with it in this. But yeah, I think if you've never really dug survival games because they ask you to do too many things, manage too many, like there are quite a few things to manage in this, but it all seems the cabin is right next to a river where you go and drink from the flowing river, and it's all just beautiful.
We did that. I drank from
the pants store, yeah.
I drank from the river that we both were in this week.
Oh, I think that was strongly advised against.
Yeah.
Oh.
By Tristan.
Well, I did.
Why your poopies are so weird this week?
But efficient. There's a lot of them. Go on.
If your poopies are not weird, and you also don't love survival games, this could be something to spend a little bit of time in. I think it was like $13. And
if your poopies aren't weird, if you don't like traditional survival games, and if you love a game that's not supported anymore, this is the game.
Is there co-op?
No, I think it's just solo. But it's totally a meditative thing. Yeah. It's not about the chaos of chopping down as many trees as you can and building random shit. You build preset rooms.
Yeah, right.
I feel like when I'm doing this mundane stuff, I want to do it with friends so that we can chat about our day.
Yeah, but you're into survival games. This is not for you at all.
It's not for you. This is for me.
This is for Nick.
Steph moves to the cabin in the woods and goes, I'm bored.
Yeah.
Who else is here?
Where are my friends?
Well,
What altar do I sacrifice?
Actually, Will, if you can play I think I downloaded the trailer for it as well.
bear is like, I'm out.
Obviously, this is just like a bunch of walking around.
Oh.
But it's like the...
It's like Firewatch, the survival.
It's a pretty short trailer. Definitely Firewatch vibes. That's what the elk look like that are running
oh my
around.
gosh, I haven't seen it. I've had that in my desktop background at some point.
Well, there you go.
This looks... I recognize this.
There's mining. You can build a compass. You can... there's a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of stuff in it. It's not like it's been left without anything. They didn't do anything. There is a game here for sure, but it is no longer supported. So everything is... I mean, they released a video game.
Yeah.
That's how you should look at it.
That's most video games.
That's most video games.
It's done.
Nice
We're done with it.
Oh,
Good.
And again,
Is there stairs in that
look
cabin?
at this. Look how fucking gorgeous this is. Like,
Oh, that's
wow.
nice. That's
so,
nice.
you know,
There's
like,
fishing.
There's definitely...
Sailing?
There's definitely like, the $13-15 of value in it if it feels like it could be your kind of game. But you know, it'll end pretty quickly. I think there's only so much to do, and then you're done.
I don't know. That big rainy wreckage off in the distance. You didn't look like you got anywhere near that.
Bit of excitement. You don't know
who lived in that. What?
Pete, the man who has been playing the game, is like, you know, it's great. Ultimately, I don't think there's too much there for it, but like what there is. And Guz's like, I don't know. From that one shot in the trailer, I didn't see you talk about that. So
you didn't find your way there
another 14 hours of video.
You just didn't try hard enough.
Kind of like those Subnautica things where it's like you finally get stuck in building and then you wander off and go like, okay.
Good on us. All right, and those are the games that we've been playing this week. We'll be back with more Back Pocket after this short break.
The following is a paid advertisement for the Rhys Wild music collection.
Take the power of rock and a man who loves rocks. And you got yourself Rhys Wild's Rock Songs, a collection of some of Rhys's best rock songs. Oh, hi. I'm Stephanie from Steph and the Back Pockets. We've been rocking together since July 2020, but no one I know rocks harder than Rhys. And now, all of Rhys's best rock hits are together in one 82 CD collection, including such hits as Make Love Not Or, Lime After Lime, Chalk on the Wild Side, Wouldn't It Be Nice, Me and Dwayne Johnson, and 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock Sandstone. Just 4 easy payments of $99.99, plus GST, plus taxes, plus customs, plus import fees, plus local taxes, and you'll have access to all of Rhys's back catalog, including his breakthrough single, My Love Is Like a Rock Slide. We even cover his later years, when he was just phoning him in. Can You Feel the Love, Granite? All about that bassonite. You're the one that I want to be fossilized in. Rock. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm Quartz. I just called to say I love rocks. And who could forget Rock Lobster?
I love rocks, and so does Rhys.
With a collection as timeless as a naturally occurring mass of solidified mineral matter, you'd have to have rocks in your head not to rush to the phone right now and order your very own copy of the Rhys Wild Rock Music Collection. Because unlike a gemstone with a reciprocal of compressibility of 443 gigapascals, this deal won't last forever.
Welcome back to the show. A big thank you to LokiCat, Rhys Wild, and tomharmamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamammamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamamam you guys went on that lovely
Remember?
course.
I remember that. Yeah, that was good.
I sometimes accidentally make latte art.
Yeah.
And then I try to do it again and it never works out. So
Sorry,
I get very excited when it works.
Peter has showed me a series of misshapen circles that are supposed to look like.
I have a.
like
They're
hearts.
well-defined hearts. Fuck.
I have a chat group where we just post the photo every morning of what we've done, and then the rest of the chat try and work it out like a shit Mr.
Yeah,
Squiggle.
good.
And most of the time, it's something rude.
Pete was showing you just a collection of cholesterol-clogged hearts.
That did look a little
I
bit
wasn't
like
drawing like the cartoon heart. I was drawing a
real heart.
anatomically correct.
Yeah.
Oh,
That-
well, in that
that
case.
Milk in that one did look a little bit like it had either, I don't want to say curdled, but you know when you put like almond milk in sometimes and it like
Separates. Yeah.
separates,
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if that was what you were using, there's your first problem.
If that's what you went
Yeah.
for.
If you're lactose intolerant, just deal with it to get good latte art.
No, just use oat. Oat milk is fine.
Does it?
Yeah,
Is
and
it-
it doesn't separate like.
Do they latte art it though? Can they?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah, they
that's what I'm always accidentally doing latte art.
Yeah, right,
It's
okay,
very
cool.
impressive.
Because when we were there, the Stephanie's not.
give him my close-up.
technical difficulties. Fuck.
God damn it!
Well, that's perfect.
That's true.
Again,
That's
it's
perfect.
it's the switch.
Should have just been the other way around. Now give Steph her close up.
Fuck. Hang on.
Which one is it?
All these things are wrong. It's that one.
Yay! Well done. With the flash frame of you.
Yeah. Well, I had to. this other camera.
We're going to move on now to the next segment of the show, a segment that we always call Very Good Gameplay, presented by Avexia. Thank you very much, Avexia. My God, Avexia, I'll tell you what, Avexia on standby as well for tomorrow in case something terrible happens.
On the bench.
To,
What's going to happen?
Benched him.
Oh, just in case like someone's internet craps out, we just thought that we should have some safety, so we called on some old relations. So Avexia, thank you very much for not only your continued support, but of course your support tomorrow as well. When reminded tomorrow for the people who weren't watching at the beginning of the show, we are running a Battlefield stream tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. AEDT. You can win. I mean, you won't win all of these. You'll win one of these if you do win. 20 EA Play codes, 14 copies of Battlefield 2042 on PC Gold Edition, and a 3080 RTX 3080 Founders Edition graphics card. We're giving away all that tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. here on twitch.tv/back_pocket for our Battlefield 2042 stream, thanks to EA. Hey, Pooch. Oh, she's near asleep. Oh, my goodness. Oh, you're such a good pregnant girl. Maybe pregnant girl. Okay, shut up, everyone. It's time to play Crab Game. Crab Game is a game that I'm just going to read verbatim the description from the Steam page. Crab Game is a first-person multiplayer game where you fight for the ultimate cash prize in different mini-games based on children's games until only one player is left to claim it all. Definitely not based on any online streaming pop culture Korean TV shows, as that would get me in legal trouble. So we're certainly not doing that.
Very good.
But we are going to be playing. If you have this game installed, we forgot to say to people to install the game at the beginning of the show, I think.
Ooh, hopefully it was in the post.
I think it was in the post. But,
It's 100. It's 100 megabytes. If you start downloading it now, by the time Nick's finished reading the description of the game again, you'll have it.
This game is free.
It's on Steam. Crab Game. Crab Game is a first-person multiplayer game where you fight for the ultimate cash prize in different. It actually says cash price in different mini games based on children's games until only one player is left to claim it all. Definitely not based on any online streaming pop culture Korean TV shows, as that would get me in legal trouble. So we're certainly not doing that. You can join the Crab Game by using the code in Nightbot right now. If you use that code, you can get into this lobby, and Gus is going to explain what the game is.
This is the game that if Fall Guys and Squid Games, the Netflix series, had a baby, but then they made that baby code. Because that's the level of... Sorry, I'm screaming like the mic was... By the way, this is the game.
This is television.
It's also just like you've compressed all your insides by leaning forward like that.
Well, this is already working. I think we made this...
Cooper's downloading right now. Be right back.
Go,
Cooper. Go.
I think we made this for people with the code only. So hopefully everyone we're seeing in here...
Fuck yeah. Look, Shad, Jap, Crimson, Multifish. Look at everyone.
Barry the robot.
I know these people.
We got Ben. We got Miss Jenkins there.
Hell yeah.
Essentially, yeah. It's what we're looking at here is essentially Squid Games, but Fall Guys. When we all press the button to start the game, or maybe when I do, we'll go into a bunch of random mini games. The objective is really awkwardly written with a bit of broken English. They range from kill the one person. One person's chosen to kill, and then that spreads.
What's
going
Nikki
on with
doing?
Nikki, what's going on over here? The controls are basically...
Also,
Why are their eyes so big?
there's also in-game proxy chat. So we'll probably hear some people saying.
If people want
Oh,
to,
yeah, I can hear some. I can hear some open mic.
I can hear some heavy.
So
breathing.
Heavy
if you
breathing.
feel like yelling some Twitch safe, well, there it is. There is a sprint with shift. There is a slide with crouch. Oh God.
What was that noise?
But I feel like we've got 20.
We've got 20. Ready up.
We've got a full 20. We're gonna ready up. I'm gonna hit the
Everyone
button.
hit the button. And if you're wearing a microphone,
This is
mute
your
that
chance.
shit.
Mute it.
What is going? Do we all have to?
Everyone
does
has to hit
everyone
the
have to hit ready?
Good.
We can see.
Oh
We
my
can.
God.
We can shame who hasn't pressed the button. Everyone press the button.
There we go. They did it.
We'll have to do another one because it's 20. We're 20 out of 20. So we'll do another.
We can add more people.
Oh yeah,
Oh, can we?
we'll have multiple games.
Yeah, we'll do another game.
Yeah, totally. If you do die, you are knocked out for good. But multiple people can survive. Here we go. Icy rock. Stay on the platforms and don't touch the floor. Some of the platforms will break. Keep moving. If a player falls off a platform,
yeah.
they are eliminated. It's as simple as that, everyone. I'll be playing. Oh my god.
Are we just
can
going to
push?
no Squid Game spoilers, even though I'm sure everyone who
Yeah.
wants to watch the show has already watched it?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Wait, so what's the... Why can't... Oh, do they break slowly?
I don't
Why are
know.
you not just standing exactly where
Oh
you
my
are?
god. Do we see when they're gonna break? I feel like we should get up in the face of someone. Who's that?
Oh, don't overshoot that.
Oh, Jamo! Oh, you
What a dick!
We're going to play with Jamo tomorrow!
Yeah, that's fine.
Is he going to be on your squad
God.
tomorrow?
How do we know when it's gonna break? Is
I
it
don't know.
random?
I think you just got to go and fight people.
I think so too. Are we gonna win this? Yeah. Who's this? They don't even know we're coming.
4th Reaper.
If it doesn't even...
House. Yes, teammates, the little eyes.
You're playing so
20
aggressively,
seconds.
Gus. I love it.
Yeah, it's good.
It's Squid Games. It's Crab Games.
It's Squid Games. It's Squid Games. It's Crab Games.
Who's left? Who's that? Hey.
Oh, you're going under.
Oh, you see it.
Oh, they're on.
There's
a bone.
Save.
Is that a
Keep an eye on your butt, Gus. Keep an eye on your butt.
Only 8 seconds left. Who's there?
Fake out. The fake out.
2. Come for you.
Yes.
I totally deserved that. Well
Dude,
done.
you deserved it. That was amazing.
Coming for you. I'm coming for you.
I think now we'll watch the remainders to win.
Skip across the platform, some could break. God, there's only 3
Who's
people
left?
Oh,
Multi-
right. Okay, so
multi-
it's
The tier and the balance.
The
it's the
let's-
same game.
Let's
No,
follow the
it's,
balance.
series of
So
different...
how many people does it have to eliminate before it puts
Gotta make it
switch
to
the
the
next
outside.
side?
Oh God!
ambitious.
Who else wants to go?
Oh, wait.
Who else
They're
wants
talking.
to go?
What are they saying?
They're trying to...
Come on, you two. Someone's got to cross.
Having a slap fight.
Let's see if we can hear him.
There they go.
Oh!
Oh,
But which
go-
one? Which
go-
one? Left
oh,
or right?
Right,
To the right, to the right.
Go to the right. Go to the right.
Go to the right. Go to the
Right.
right. Oh! Holy fish is down.
You still have to make it?
Maybe.
Nobody won.
Nobody wins.
So perfect.
Pathetic.
That's
All right.
exactly what I would do.
Can we crank the player
I think
limit
if we do,
in
we've
here?
got to jump out and give a new code.
Okay, that's all right.
Totally
we can.
doable.
Let's just check.
Ben,
But-
be prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah, do
Upload
another
a
you
one.
sure we
Code,
can't in
take it off.
settings?
to Nightbot.
Just check if we can in settings first.
Settings. No, you got to make a new.
Yeah, okay.
match.
Does it matter? It doesn't matter if people see the fucking code. We're going to give it to them.
Yeah, we're just going to give it
That's true.
So,
So start a game. We're gonna call it Back Pocket. We're lobby only code. We're gonna go 40.
yeah, crank that
Boom.
shit. There's a bunch of people.
And we're back to an empty dorm room, and there is the code reveal. Do we want to? I'll paste that in as well.
Yep.
That's what I was gonna say. I'll just alt
Yeah,
tab
yeah,
out.
yeah. Yep.
So I'll wait
Oh.
for you to.
What? Okay. Why are you scared of what's on your desktop?
Wouldn't you like
stuff.
to know? I don't know.
It's Will's desktop.
Is this where the game crashes as well?
Maybe that's just why I was like, just give me a sec.
Ben,
There it
it's
is.
in back pocket live
He just said ready.
Oh, okay.
He's on
Well,
stand-
Ready?
Standby.
That's
Ben,
in.
ignore me.
We're back in the game. That's all. Whoop! It's already.
Yep.
There's already people there.
Oh my goodness. Did
it's
someone
good.
just pause the they must have paused the thing and then found their way in? Like got the code.
Okay. Well, Will is back in his position.
Good. Will's over the button.
Oh God, sorry.
Why is he looking down at his stuff?
Oh God.
I'll tell you what. Will's been in that position since moving out to his own
I was
house.
going to say,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, this is just,
Oh,
That's,
God.
this is the action. We all
day
tried
one.
day one, moving out of your parents' house, and you're like, this is it. This is the day I finally
How
suck
flexible
myself
am
off.
I?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Stephanie, hands in the air. If you-
It's true.
We know.
Come on.
26 of 40.
And also, turn your fucking mic
he had to
off.
get through
I think
that.
that's
to
people's
become
the sound of them running,
wholesome,
or
Is it?
lovely husband.
It sounds like
Yeah.
It sounds like nostrils.
Give it a crank again.
Hang on.
I think it's footsteps.
I think you're right. I think it's footsteps. I
Oh,
I thought it was, I thought it was scratching.
nasal
mic, but
footsteps.
Yeah,
jumping.
32 or 40. Do you reckon we're going to get to 40?
Because if you do have your mic set up, there is proxy chat and we can actually hear you talking.
We'd love to hear you get frustrated as I'm coming for you. Pete, do you want to do this one?
No.
Nick, Steph, I can do it.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Either or.
I
Yep.
have a dog on my lap.
You do indeed. What are they?
Hello.
Oh,
Hey.
Ah.
talk back.
Hello.
Mum, wibble, wibble.
Wibble, wibble.
WASD, shift for sprint and crouch. It's pretty gliding, pretty floaty.
And no jump?
Space?
Oh, okay. Yep.
Space jump?
Yeah.
All right.
Shift for sprint. 40 out of 40, hit that button.
And then what's slide?
C when you're shift running,
Okay,
shift sprinting.
Yep.
All right, button up. There you go.
This is just fucking chaos.
This will be
Yeah.
mental.
And is clicking, am I hitting someone but I just don't have an arm
And it gives a
animation?
little push, I
A
believe.
little push.
But I don't have an arm
Oh,
animation.
race to the finish, don't fall out of bounds, slowest players are eliminated.
Oh no.
Okay,
Macaroni.
This is my nightmare
Look at the
in like real
textures.
life or in a video game scenario?
in a video game scenario.
What's your nightmare in real life?
Oh, this is literally Fall Guys.
Also,
Just
climbing.
getting old and senile in general.
Yep, fair. And climate change.
Spinny things. Oh, God.
Oh yeah, this is Fall Guys for sure.
Oh no, Nick.
No. Oh, wait. Oh, shit.
First,
Okay.
first one's you can live.
Amazing.
This is hard in a first-person situation.
Oh, you just got some air.
Oh,
did.
It really knocks you back.
This sucks. This sucks.
It does suck.
This sucks.
Is someone pushing you off the ladder?
No.
No, that's just...
Just do come
That's
slowly.
just Nick.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
God.
Yeah.
That's it.
No.
Moving.
Oh, wanky.
So close. Wanky wank.
Wanky wank.
Has anyone gotten across? Yep. Yeah, it's got a really big
No.
hit
Yeah, it
on
does.
that thing, so you need to
Okay.
actually do a little like...
Okay. Stay away from me.
Stay away from me.
Yeah.
Oh, Nick Ball!
I am not having...
With
I am not having...
win secured 1 out of 27.
Okay, so someone got through.
I guess so.
Nice work, whoever that was. Oh, that was an early jump.
that was
Let's take
an
a few
early jump.
steps
That was
on
an
each
early
one, I
jump.
think.
Yeah. You got time. You got a bit more time than you're giving yourself there.
Don't panic.
I do? Yeah, I guess I do.
Yeah.
Go snugly.
Not. I mean, now you don't.
Okay.
You do so.
You do suck. Gus, do I have to remind everybody what happened at your game?
I was the second last one.
Oh, rappa!
You did it. Nah.
What's gonna happen?
All right. Yep.
This
yep,
one,
yep,
this
yep,
one,
yep,
this
yep,
one.
yep.
No,
Oh,
that's the one!
You got knocked off into the next one, which was water.
You can click through
my
to.
God.
I thought I made it
Other
to the
people.
end.
That was
No,
so
there's like
good.
3 more things to go.
Oh,
Part time.
Part time.
Look at them. Look at part time really focusing on their
good jump.
on their inertia.
I thought I just had to make it to the end of that thing.
No,
Gosh, this really is Fall Guys.
Yeah.
Look at
Yeah, yeah.
Look at Paul.
This is also this is a worse,
Oh,
worse
fun.
version of my most hated map. in Fall Guys.
Yeah, right.
Amazing.
It's a slime climb. It is. Slime
Oh my
climb.
god. Oh my god. Just hug that wall and go. Go part time.
Oh God.
All right. Who's?
Who else we got?
Oh,
Oh no, wait back.
Dolphin Pants is
Oh,
just
wipe
standing
out.
there.
Wipe out.
Can we click
Dolphin
the
Pants
dolphin
has given up.
Oh, Snuggly really.
Sorry. Okay.
look at that.
Callie, Snuggly.
Oh, that
brutal.
was brutal.
They're the ones
these
on
Only
the
5
top.
players left. Nikki, Crimson,
winners.
the Gamers,
Barry the Robot.
Barry the Robot, and Tonya. And I missed
Done.
one.
Danya.
Tanya.
Small playground. Some players are tagged and obtain stick.
Oh, okay. This is like the foxtail one.
I think some of them have baseball bats, Nick, if you click through. So the one that just had the red outline there. They
Oh,
have
yeah.
stick.
Barry the
Oh,
Robot.
you don't want to be infected?
Yes.
That's this one. Yeah.
What are they
Yeah,
doing
okay.
with the stick?
They're passing.
They're
the
passing
stick
the
on.
stick. They don't want the... Oh, sorry. They don't want the stick. Right?
Yeah.
Yes. Have stick.
Take the stick.
Take it.
You will have stick. Scotty. Come here.
And is it whoever has
Where are you going?
stick at the end gets eliminated?
Must be.
So. Oh, this is a good move,
Crimson. Crimson knows
It's
what's
almost
going on.
with these ones. It's almost worth like biding your time at the start and then just going hard for a
What, holding the stick the whole game?
don't know if it's like an
and then
oddball
right
kind
at
of
the end
thing.
going for it. Because otherwise,
Yeah.
you spend ages trying to get rid of it, only to pick it up again immediately afterwards. And
There's
it's
a-
like
I don't know what the
game
2 and the 3 are at the top right though, because that's like, is that lives?
2
left,
people have
or-
sticks, 3 people
Oh, 2
don't.
people have sticks, 3 don't. That makes sense.
There is a funny one we saw when we were testing this out, which is there's 4 buzzers on a stage, and it asks on a big screen. It says, "Now it's Nikki's turn to
hiding
press."
underneath.
Oh, that's
What a
good.
strat!
Clever.
Oh, Nikki
didn't
got
work.
found out.
18 seconds left.
Quick, Nikki.
Quickie, Nikki.
Anyway, it's press the buzzer and don't blow up, and it's an RNG buzzer. And I'd love to do that one because
Oh, good move.
Oh my god!
No, Nikki.
pass it and then get hit by the red. Then use the red. Then use the red, Nikki.
Run away!
Go hide. Go hide. Go hide.
Oh my
Duck
God.
under there.
Yeah, well done, Nikki.
Oh, that was
well
a
played.
great,
3 players left.
play. That was a great play.
Good
stuff.
dodging.
This is exciting.
Nice inside of your knees.
So much better than sport. I get it. Squid Games.
Wait, small playground
Bomb
again.
tag. It's the same thing.
It works.
Let people die.
Yeah.
This is so much better than sport.
Same map. Bomb gonna blow up. Pass the bomb around.
This is like the exact same game.
I'm
except
entertained.
You have a bomb instead of a stick.
Go, Nikki.
Question is, there's a timer up. Nick, if you move the camera around,
Back where?
can you see the time? That thing. It's just a timer, is it?
Yeah.
It's just a trash can.
NJ Game says, so you just bash someone with a stick and they just take it? Yep. Yes.
At least like sticking a sticky bomb on someone makes it. It's tag. They're all just. This is just a variation.
Look at that orange
Murder tag.
orange
Nice.
cube in the wall.
Nice, Antonio.
It's like, look at that obstacle.
It's Antonio Nick. Oh god! And look at Krim is just like hiding up in the corner.
Oh, it goes off randomly.
Whoa.
Wow. Okay, Nikki, it's all on you.
That's an exciting development. I will
We can hear him. We can hear him. Let's listen
hear
in,
him.
shall we?
Yes, Nikki.
The sound of the clown
Nick.
note.
Use
Leave me alone, leave me alone.
No, Nikki, it's gonna blow up.
You need to use
Sorry.
Sorry.
No, you're not.
crafty psychological psych
Oh
out.
god, 10 seconds.
It's gonna blow.
They're gonna jump off. They jumped off.
God.
Crimson with the
Crimson.
win.
That was gnarly.
Well,
Nice
bloody.
work.
Let's watch that. Let's watch that. Dance
This
at
is-
the end.
40 million. Oh,
Wow, we.
Pog
Pug
champ.
camp.
Well done.
You'll be able to get some dance lessons with that money. Peter,
Cool.
All right. Yep.
you still got a dog in your life? No, next time.
No.
All right.
It's such a shame that this game is such a flagrant rip of IP, because I don't.
Multiple
Because
IP.
I get sad when people put all this time into making a game and then don't get paid because it's free. I'm like, you deserve a bit of money, just a little bit.
Maybe they have a donation thing.
They're
Secret Patreon.
Yeah. Sometimes people do that.
Okay, yeah. Come back now. Come back now, quick.
The old
Yeah.
Pete reach around.
The old Pete reach around, the classic. Oh, I didn't see what the game mode was, and there are teams.
I did not see either. Coloring as many
Oh
squares.
shit!
Oh, right. Yeah. So pink has to get as many pink squares on the board
I'm
as
red.
possible. And when the timer goes down, it's whoever
Oh,
has
there's one's on the walls. Go red.
covered
Fuck everyone else.
least
Fuck everyone.
map.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow you.
Fuck.
You're doing well. You're winning, Team Red. Team Red's winning. God,
Red
what a
is so
ridiculous
cute.
game.
Oh, look at the wall ones. They're the tricky ones to get.
Love it.
We want those.
Nah, come on,
Let's stay on the floor. Let's stay on the floor.
Oh my god.
You've fallen behind.
Green is winning now.
Fuck off, green.
No, it's red. Oh my god. It changes so quickly.
Fuck off. There's 30 whole seconds.
What's the strat here?
I think like definitely the harder to get ones are going to change hands less.
Yeah, okay.
And then following people through. Definitely hugging the
Hugging the
walls
corners
is good.
and
Get
going
two
for a
from
harder one and then running through the middle of the room, right? Maybe? Oh, you get them on the ladder. That's good.
That's good.
You've fallen well behind green.
hard time
right now.
slapping me. Fuck green. We don't need to, do we? Or do we need to come first?
Yeah.
You need to beat green.
Oh,
No, I
God.
think you just don't need to lose. You just don't want to be the last one, right?
I don't know. It might be a quick way to.
What the hell just happened?
Yeah, I'm
just
pretty
blew
sure
up.
it's just the lowest one.
All the blues are dead.
All the blues are dead.
Because-
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. You just don't
I've
want
just
to be the last one.
got.
Oh, this is Dawn.
And I just get the whole game had you breathing in your stomach going on my back.
Oh, that felt lovely.
Kind of romantic. I like it.
That was actually just his bloated tongue from all that river water.
Oh no! What's happening now?
You're just in the dorm. It said nothing bad will happen.
No, but this is why they didn't last the night.
Yeah, you just want to. Yeah, you got to build a barricade.
Squig.
Oh
No, the
shit!
lights are on.
Oh,
You've got a stick? Don't fuck with me.
Shh, don't tell anyone.
Don't fuck with me.
Don't tell
The
anyone.
shanking that's going on downstairs is terrifying. Ladia, let's just hang out.
Downstairs.
Oh, what? Someone turn the lights back on, please.
So good. This is such a great.
The lights
Just
should
one
stay
rip.
off. The lights should stay off because you have the high ground. It's a
Don't
strat.
you even dare.
It's a strat.
Oh, the blood. Look at the blood spray.
Oh my god.
Someone's coming up. Oh!
It's a horrifying.
Do we have to turn the lights on?
Oh my god.
No. They.
There's
turn
60.
on.
There's a whole minute left.
They're coming for you!
You're alive. You're alive. Oh my god. Oh. Hide under a bunk. Hide under a bunk.
I'm under a fucking bunk, aren't I, Gus?
You need to get the jump on someone.
Take him out, Pete. Come on, Pete. Pete,
Get him.
There's only going to be one winner.
Get aggressive,
It's gonna make
get
next
aggressive.
game's easier if you kill him.
Get aggressive.
What the hell is that?
Come here, you little fucker.
Sick name.
Yes, there it is.
Come here, sick name.
Is the goal here?
No, there's
is
too-
the
that
goal
getaway is too
not
many.
To be the last one with a stick, you're just trying to murder people with a stick?
Have you seen the show?
That's a metal pipe.
Oh, you haven't seen the show?
No.
He just got a bat.
I've only got a third of my health left.
I don't know that I really want to.
Okay.
It's only 27.
Gus, have you seen the show?
Yeah, I skimmed it.
I'm the only person here that's watched the show.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a.
I saw what it was about and I was like, I guess
Unvaccinated
I'm not, like, super
herb?
interested.
Sure. This is a 1-for-1 rip.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't
this
want
is
to.
like- this is like a
This
scene.
is like a scene
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
show.
okay.
Yeah.
I watched the first episode and then I started to scrub the rest. I preferred that weird, obscure one you suggested about the school where they all bet on things.
Oh yeah.
I enjoyed that more than
How
what
fucking great is that show?
That was weird enough. This didn't really.
Avexia is claiming it, but that was definitely Sicknay that did most of the damage there.
The rest.
Did you lose?
Yeah, he died.
Damn.
I died.
So we're now watching the remainder. I'll click
Steppy Stones.
the camera. We got
think I
Multifish,
might
Antonia
Give the League of Legends show a go.
I hear it's great.
Yeah.
I'm not particularly interested in animation and certainly not League of
Oh,
Legends.
this is one of the left-right jumping.
Beautiful.
I hear the story's amazing as well.
Oh my god, it's so pretty.
So this is just a question of
So
The Doctor of Will's still in it.
So this is again a scene, and I won't go into too heavy spoilers, but a scene from the show. They weren't on an iceberg, but there was a bridge that they needed to pick which one
left, right,
break.
left.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yep.
So it's a risk
Alright.
for someone. Here
Will,
we
you're
go.
still in it.
Who's on the bridge? Sorry.
Killer opening
Is
song.
someone called
it
Unvaccinated
Legends
Herb?
never
Yeah.
die.
All right.
Come on,
Oh,
someone.
look at that hero going ahead.
Trying to get to them. Where are they?
Sicknay. Oh,
Okay.
Sicknay.
Sicknay.
I hope Sicknay wins because we had it because of the conflict.
Come on, Signay.
Sicknay's dead.
I love how you explode, no matter what.
Oh, Super Studios.
Good work.
I'd say
Oh,
little Will.
Will,
That sucks.
Bide tis time.
Will. Will.
don't get pushed, Will.
You gotta,
yeah,
you gotta keep going, Will. Don't get pushed.
If you lose,
got
you're
this.
fired.
Okay, you got.
Straight ahead. Straight ahead, Will. Straight ahead, Will. I believe you. No! Why did you listen to me?
We had to let him go.
We had to let it go.
Multifish is.
Was this just a left, right thing?
Yep.
But like, look, it is.
Oh,
Oh,
listen
yeah.
to Angus.
Why did you listen?
Thanks, Sticky Knee.
Yeah.
Yeah, Multifish.
The win.
You win $40 million.
Nice. Nice.
Okay, good work.
That's a win.
And the butt,
Steph?
the face.
We're gonna do it. There are some people who haven't had a crack, so I'm sure we'll fill it.
Oh,
up again,
okay,
but
yeah.
If we reset it, and anyone who's
New
had
lobby?
had a couple of go, new
Yeah,
lobby,
yeah.
anyone who's had a go and would be happy to let someone else jump in, we want to fill it up again, obviously. but-
Yep.
While we're waiting, the League of Legends thing as well. They did you see the stream?
Nah.
They did a co-stream thing on Twitch with Netflix, and they 4 million people watched the show on Twitch. Something insane like that, like live. I checked, and it was live. There was like 4 million people on Twitch watching one stream.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was wild. And then I checked, and I was like, oh, maybe we could watch it tonight. And I was like, oh, we could do a co-stream. And then I checked with Twitch, and they were like, nah, that was just a one-off thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, come on.
and anime sucks.
And anime sucks. It's important to remember.
It's not really anime though, is it? It's like the art looks. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like I really love. It almost reminds me a little bit of Loish. You know, Loish, that Dutch artist that does like.
I think you mean South African artist.
Yeah, I was a South African Dutch.
Yeah.
Haha. But yeah, no, I really love the art, and that is like enough to kind of pull me in. It was so.
You know what?
I watched the trailer and then I watched it again. I was like, that was so.
You know what? I'm going to watch it on the train home tonight.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
You're playing.
Oh shit. Okay, so what are the controls?
WASD and mouse.
Space
You can left click. You can left click.
It's a little bit closer.
Oh, there's all sorts of rugs that are going to bend up. Oh no, it's fine.
Oh, we got it. We got it.
Okay.
We all played very uncomfortably, so
Yeah.
that will be
Same,
part of it.
because you played uncomfortably, I have to play uncomfortably.
We said that was why we all failed.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So
Yeah.
now
I'm
Steph
blaming
is
that.
comfortable shit.
C for crouch, shift for sprint, and you can do a slide when you're sprinting, and you can
And you
punch
can
or
push people.
Sorry,
shove
Liz. Sorry, Liz.
We got
Green.
31 out of 40, so we'll wait till that's
Vesuvius?
filled.
So
Chat.
I feel like at this point, if you were generous in stepping out, I can already see a bunch of new names in here. As long as Rodful's in there, you can fill it up. Fill it up. Maybe spam the code one more time,
We got 9 spots left.
Z-Scream.
Z-Scream!
What is the show Nick and Gus were
Okay,
talking
so-
about where kids bet on things
Jackson.
in human name? What was it called?
Shit, I can't remember. It's an anime which
Yeah,
starts
here we go.
on Netflix.
Everyone else
It's
come.
got a great opening title sequence, and the name of the show is...
37.
It's so worth watching because it's so ridiculous.
Liam.
Kakiguri.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Liam was
Oh,
asking if it
chat.
has VR support, does it? That would be so fun.
Oh god, that'd be nauseating. We got 2 spots left.
Pretty funny if it did. Banana corn!
That was the same face you pulled when you thought I'd watched the World Series of Baseball last week.
Kakaguri.
All right, game on. Hit that button.
Exciting moment.
We got
I thought
40.
we'd have a new bonding session.
This is my favourite part. I'm just seeing everyone's names and hitting them.
Yep, nice.
Most anime have great opening sequences. That's totally true. That's the one
If you're gonna hit
thing
the
that,
button.
I hit it.
all other television
Look, it
could
says
learn
ready.
from anime.
Top right.
She's been ready for hours, man.
Yeah. There's 12 other people who are lagging.
Does it need everyone?
Yeah.
Everyone ready up. We gotta
That's
wait.
like every video game.
Everyone's gonna... These people are gonna die in a minute.
Oh, while we're waiting for that, you
There
know
we
what's
go.
shit about the Call of Duty multiplayer? At the end of each game, there's an MVP thing,
Unskippable.
and then a best play, and then the MVP voting,
Yeah.
and it's all unskippable.
Yeah, right.
It adds, honestly, 30 to 40 seconds of time at the end of every match before you load into another one. Get rid of that.
colour
Make
am I?
it skip.
Your team red. Your team red. Go red.
Can you get
Go,
the ones
Red, go.
on the
I like
wall-
that noise.
on the wall of the tower? Do you like glide down the side?
Red.
Yeah, you totally
No.
do.
Whoa, you
Oh, good.
punched up high.
Oh, that was
was
such a
fucking
shortcut.
epic.
Reaper, yes.
Holy shit. Reaper.
These are massive stats.
Yeah, good
Massive
side one.
stats,
Good side
Steph.
touches.
Good one.
They're the ones.
Smashing that
they're the
shit.
ones,
Yeah,
they're the
yeah. Run
ones.
around the wall. Run around the wall.
Do a jump.
Rub your face on it. Rub your face on it. Oh, you're getting followed by a greeny fuck. Turn around. Go back.
Oh.
Yeah, look at this green.
Currently
Fucking dolphin.
blue in the
Diary.
blue in the
Look at that
lead.
sus eyes
Snail.
as well.
Snail.
Get out of here, snail, you cheeky fuck.
That's a lot
Oh
of
god, blue
That's
is
a lot of
streaky
blue.
Head, 55.
Oh, Reaper died from that.
I'm trying to see
There's
from
a corpse on the floor from when Steph jumped off his head. Everyone's just kicking a body around on the floor.
Brutal.
How do I
Steph,
have this fucking
just
ladder?
slowly
Just
walk
walk
into
up
it.
it. Yeah, it's
Jeez.
very. You know, it's very.
You gotta go.
No, it's quite horrible, and that's the reason that I lost the
This
first
is
game.
crazy.
Oh god.
Red is
61 of
smashing.
red.
There's 2 seconds left. 1 second
Yeah,
left.
red's
You guys
up, red's
won.
up, red's up, red's
Goodbye,
up.
Pink.
Oh!
Pink
That's good
lives
stuff.
every day.
Wow. Playground.
Amazing. Are you on the
Playground 2, players have the stick. This is get rid of the stick.
Oh, this
Oh
is
no,
hit.
I fucking hate this.
Hit with the
I
stick.
really want the button pressing one. There's one that's very different from this kind of like frenetic platforming.
There's also
Time for stick.
for stick.
Run away from the tagged player.
There's definitely the
No!
The walk go stop go one.
yeah. We worked out what it was called.
Traffic light.
Red light, green light.
Red light.
Green light.
Oh shit, it's coming. They're coming. They're coming for me.
Time for stick.
Gus, there's a live action version of Kakaguri. Kakaguri.
I think that's what I watch.
No, you don't want to watch that. You want to watch the anime.
No,
You want to watch Time for stick?
Back there.
No, it's
In the wall.
stuck
In the wall. Duck in there.
No.
No, but there's a thing that.
Oh, what is that?
I'm
thing?
just
Oh, it's a
ducking,
little
just getting a little bit. There's a little bit hard. Have
you
get rid of the stick, run!
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
It was totally hard.
Still a whole minute left. No.
You reckon?
No, there's
Get
a
up.
crush in
Means you
there.
can
You
get
don't
up
want to
that.
get in there.
You can get up the platy. You can get up the platy.
And someone will find you.
You can get up to the platy if you're in there.
You just want to stay away from stick.
what's happening, Nick?
Sifka
That's what
has
they
rather-
did. They're in a safe. They're up there. No one can get to them.
What's Nicky?
You got to sneak through that hole and get up there.
Is Nicky? Did Nicky
a good
survive that
spot.
though, or did Nicky get crushed into the ceiling?
You got to get up there.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. The risk is
That's
too
all I
great.
do.
We'll see what's... Yeah, see, you just get crushed Is
Oh
there
no,
a
Nikki's up there. Nikki's up there.
Oh no, no, it is a
you
hole.
just push against it.
Oh, you can get it. Oh, right. I see.
Yeah.
You just don't want to get in there with a
Yeah,
stick.
go. Yeah. Now wait. And up we go.
Look up. Make sure there's a hole.
Look up.
Make sure that. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that crate.
No, hide up there. Hide up there.
Oh, now stay. No!
Okay.
Push them off.
Now kill Nikki.
Nikki's
You have
doing
to kill
dabs.
Nikki.
Look
You
at
have
Nikki
to kill
doing
Nikki.
dabs.
Nikki,
Crouch.
Nikki,
See,
Don't kill
Nikki,
Nikki.
no,
Don't have
Nikki,
Nikki.
You don't have to kill Nikki.
Steph, you're too close to the edge, Steph.
Nikki, no, listen.
There's someone
Oh,
coming.
that is a wing.
Oh,
They fucked it.
they did.
There's only 10
Nikki,
seconds left.
Nikki, I'm serious.
Push him back.
Nikki, this is how we win.
Hello has a bar.
By creating an alliance.
Push him.
Create an alliance. No, Nikki.
Steph clearly hasn't watched the show. Okay.
He doesn't care for your alliance. Stick people.
You did it. Well done.
Oh, nice.
Good moves.
Nice.
I think it was all the
Stick coming up the elevator.
Yeah. All the Nikki.
my
Oh, God.
shit.
Okay, floor is lava.
Stand on the platform.
Some
touch the
platforms
floor.
will break.
This is really slippery and glidey. Your jump has heaps of inertia. And
You were
stuff.
in an ice one though.
No, I think in general, even
Yeah,
watching
okay.
Nick jump, it's
Yeah,
like,
the jump
there's
sucks.
and you need
Absolute
momentum to move,
prolapse,
but then you need to slow down when
Oh,
you.
don't.
They're gonna push you. They're gonna. Yeah, good. You gotta push them back.
Stop it.
No, your body. That was a panic jump and a half.
It was
You can
panic
click. You can click through.
Also, God, I love Steph's. Just stop it. Stop it.
Oh, that was Fall Guys with you, wasn't it?
Shenanigans.
Hey,
Stop it, Nikki.
what? It's the passiveness of this game. The people going.
Multifish is definitely about to push Snuggly. Look at him. Oh, you cheeky fuck.
Do it.
Oh, push him in the back.
Do it,
Push him in the
Multifish
back,
coward.
Multifish.
Avexia says, I
Multifish
hear
murder.
It's true.
Oh, Snuggly's fighting back.
Liam, stop it. Stop it. No.
Look at
Crimson.
Snuggly feels bad about what they've done.
Unvaccinated her.
Oh, should have got
It
vaccinated.
sinks a little bit before it drops.
Oh, you better hope, Laffy. You better hope that one stays. 'Cause
I think it's
don't-
Lafayette.
Don't have it.
Like a latte.
Latte. You don't have a path out of there. You don't.
Yeah,
Oh
you
no!
Screwed.
You need to go all in on it.
Only 5 seconds. 3.
You're gonna make it.
You've done it. Well done.
Yay!
Lafayette.
Nice. All right, 12 players left. This is pretty good.
Remember True Blood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lafayette? Yeah.
That
Lafayette.
actor died.
What?
Oh.
Super
Oh.
sad. Super sad.
I loved him.
Way to bring the mood down.
I know, it was-
Dixon.
Let's talk about some alive people.
It was like
My mind immediately.
All I can think of is dead people.
Yeah,
I know.
so can I.
I know.
It was like
Robin Williams.
It was
JFK.
like my spin class instructor.
Okay.
His son.
Mid spin class.
No.
Was like the actor who.
He died mid-spin class.
No. He was like, we were mid spin class.
Oh,
and we
okay.
were going up a hill, and he was just like, "You're doing great." And he was like, "The actor that played Gunther from Friends died." And I was like, "What?"
You know what you say is if you don't ride fast enough, the actor who played Gunther will die, and
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
like, and then afterwards you find out he died, and you're
your
like, I
phone.
need to go faster next
Yes.
time.
This was my fault.
Oh, sorry. So this is Tag.
Toxic
Wizard
Jokes
Design.
is Carrie Ann Kennelly
Wait,
is
Gus, are you
alive.
dead already?
I'm not playing. I'm just moving the camera from
Yeah, yeah.
Steph's light.
Oh, this is the next round.
Yeah,
Next
this is still going,
round.
Still going.
You have a
Crimson's
knife.
chasing.
I'm not playing. So I think it's Tag, but you tag someone with the knife. I don't know if they actually then die.
Oh, run, Mito.
Well, sticks are over. It's full on stabbing now.
Oh, yeah. Sticks right.
Round over, 9 players left. So
I
that was
also
just,
love Gus. This is just like kids bored making up a game. So it's like tag,
But everyone gets
you
a knife.
tag with a knife.
return
Hold the hat as long as
Hat King.
Cool.
Hat King.
So this is
okay,
this
so
is
you got to keep
the
hat.
opposite of
Yeah.
and you
got the
push
hat.
someone else to steal the hat.
Oh, this is.
hat.
Oh, yeah. So this
Got
is
the
like the
hat.
foxtail one.
Yeah,
you
this
want to
is-
have
who's
you
got
want to
the
have a
Hatty
foxtail.
Hatty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 people have hats.
2 hats.
3 hats.
No, isn't it like 50-50?
No, there's. Oh, maybe.
Or at
They
least
get
or
hit.
there's 3
Someone
teams
takes the
maybe.
hat.
3
I
hats.
think. Yeah,
3 hats
there we
and
go.
6 not hats.
You want to be. You wanna
Blazing
be on
360,
team-
completely
team
missing
hat.
the point of the game.
Sick Day steals his hat back.
And it's score back.
Oh, and it's going back to who's that? Who dare?
Sick name Snuggly.
Nice.
Sick Day gets that. The slide, giving the little boost.
Yeah, get
nice
some
work.
height.
Yeah,
Oh,
nice
you're
height up
keeping
there.
this hat forever.
Oh yeah, this is some oddball play
Well
ball.
done. Meanwhile, Blazing 360.
Good shit. Run.
Can we see Sick Nate's score?
No, I think it's showing our score because we're
Oh, 'cause
spectating.
we-
yeah.
That Josh?
We're on 0.
I didn't realize that people.
Yeah,
get a
that
score.
could be Josh.
I reckon that's Josh.
I thought it was just like stay alive and that's it.
Yeah, it said you get more. You
Oh,
get score and-
the old
and you-
double hat.
Do you
run
get
by.
Oh, what a fucking
Parkour.
glide. That
Or
was
is
some
it just
Maybe you get to keep.
CS:GO skating.
Will.
Oh my
King
God.
of the hill.
Sneaky
King of the
MVP.
hill.
Oh no, now you've drawn attention to him and people are going, there he is.
He's up top, guys. He's
For
up
the
top.
next 5 seconds.
He spent a lot of time getting up there.
What if you get tabbed? Do you see scores?
He deserves it.
No, you see ping.
50?
You see ping.
Is that
yeah,
ping?
51.
I was like, he's doing great.
He's doing great.
Ironically, he's actually doing well
The worst.
for having the worst ping.
Red light, green
Red
light.
light, green light for the finish.
Oh my God.
Maybe.
Players
The
must
win.
make
This
this to
is
the
good.
other side of the red line. Players can only move during the green light if the player...
What engine is this? Like Unity?
I think it is Unity. Yeah.
What are they watching?
Oh. This is so fucking tense.
Yeah.
Oh. Did people just get shot and we didn't see it? No, you skipped. You jumped across. Oh, look at the fucking field. That's
This is
amazing.
great. I mean, it's the best scene in the whole
Yeah.
game.
Oh, Shep!
Can you show me what's looking? Oh, it is the
It's a
statue.
weird doll
How
thing.
funny!
It's a little boy one. Boys,
You do see it turn.
little boys, infinitely.
Will, you got to make
staring
a big run. Ready? Go.
Go well.
He's got a minute 20. It's timed.
Yeah, but
not
Nicky,
la-
but
it's not
He's
about-
got to get past
Nick's
Nikki.
ahead.
He doesn't
Go, Will.
get past. He doesn't need to get past
He just
anyone.
needs to get there
He
in
needs to
the
get across the
time.
line at the end.
I don't...
That's not how. It's not how. It's not first to
Okay.
last. It's don't.
He's
you gotta
playing
let
If it is,
They're all playing
Snuggly's
safe.
But then
falling
why?
back.
Oh, that one caught some people.
It's getting tighter with its like...
Oh, right.
I think it's getting less...
And it's
And
waiting
people are getting
more.
antsier because they're like
He's gonna
close
make
to
it.
the end.
Oh, 6
Oh,
nice.
that was
Jesus.
risky.
That was
but well
risky.
Done.
Will,
AF.
You got a full minute.
Safe.
Yeah, Will, play safe. You got a full minute.
You stare at that doll.
Oh, this is amazing.
Come on, Will. Stare at it like you stare at us when we say that edits you a day later than we thought.
Will,
So
stop.
is there any benefit to like going faster?
Well, no, but you've just got to get there before the time limit runs out. It's
Right.
maybe 30 seconds quicker than more than it should.
Go, Will, go. You can make it.
Nice, Will.
Well done.
Crim.
Crimson.
Oh, Crimson.
Oh, Crimson.
30. How long does this doll stay?
Look at that face.
Go.
You're gonna make
go,
it.
Go.
Yeah. Oh! Don't dab. Never dab.
I would not do well at this because I would second guess myself and panic.
Oh, 3 left.
And you would dab.
Sick Nay, Doctor of Will, and Crimson.
This is amazing.
The tension is phenomenal.
Beep, beep. Small.
Small glass jump.
Oh,
This is.
this is the same as the ice one, but it's.
This is the actual one
the
from
one
the
from
show.
Oh, they have to.
The set was a lot better.
Right out of the show.
It's a good set. It's a good set.
Who wants to go? Let's listen in, shall we?
All right. Does it work if we go on like the bottom, like the side bits?
Oh, you sweet people trying to make friends.
You got 47 seconds. Make a move.
Gotta do it.
God.
I want to yell at it, but I also don't want to yell at it, but we also have 40 seconds.
I'll go right. I'll go right. All right, this one's good.
I'm going to go next. I'll go next.
All right.
Don't all get on it.
Slap him off. Slap him off. Oh no!
Oh, sick nay. Oh my
Sweet.
god.
Straight ahead, Sick Nay. It didn't work last time, but it will this time.
Straight ahead.
Straight ahead, Sick Nay.
Straight ahead.
Straight ahead. You can
Straight
do it.
ahead.
Go,
Straight
Sick Nay.
ahead.
You can do it. Straight ahead. Straight ahead.
Straight ahead.
What?
Never listen to us.
To us.
So I will say
Well
that was a flagrant unlistening of us.
Yeah.
That was like chanting and everything.
Yeah, yeah,
He was
yeah.
like, "No, I'm going."
Never
Fuck
listen
those
to us.
guys.
Yeah.
He's probably got the string muted to be fair.
Oh, well done. I want to play again.
Oh, that was awesome.
I did too.
Should we do it in the post show?
No, I played the first one.
round.
Everyone's had to go.
No. I'm in that one. That way, I was so invested in that.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Because it just
Should we
helped.
do it in post show?
We'll do it in post.
Push
You
it
reckon
in
we-
post?
Keep this going. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I reckon we keep
sure.
this going. It's fun.
Hey.
Hey, no slappies. Never listen
So
to
we'll
them.
do another
It's the chance.
game now, another round, and then we'll start rounding.
We
Is that
could.
what you mean?
No, I meant in the post show we do
Yeah,
this.
we'll do it in
Like
the post.
what,
Go to the post show and we
we
show.
end the show.
Well, I didn't.
and then
Well, then
keep
I'll have played two. So is that unfair? Like,
No, we don't care.
Liam
just
just
like
gave you
watching it.
some sassy side eye just then.
We just like watching it.
Press the button.
I've left
That
it.
was funny.
We've left it.
Oh, I see.
We're playing it
We're playing in the
post
post show.
Okay.
Gus can't put a game down when he's playing a game.
Imagine if you lived through this round though.
We'll just let this.
You guys, did you ready? You should ready up, otherwise
Okay.
they won't be able to get in the game.
This is so nice
Most people
because,
will.
like,
Okay, no, leave it for 5 minutes, then we'll play in the. I see.
Yeah,
We're just leaving them in
we'll
the
start
door.
this-
Yeah.
we'll start
As this, so while we're playing right now, we are being accosted.
it's,
I know.
it's so nice. I was just about to say, it's so nice seeing everyone's, like
just cut to it.
representation
Unstaring.
of the game
What
as a
we're
little
seeing.
person and their names. And I'm like, I recognize all of you. And they're all just, like, brutally punching you to death.
Assaulting Gus.
It's nice.
Guys,
Good.
just wait for the post show.
As it's meant to be. And as with all good things, they must come to an end, but not before a second ad break.
Oh, okay.
The assassin is in trouble!
Getting him. Got
I'm
this.
ready! Just find me an opening!
Look at her legs! And she's just having a casual conversation. Voice sounds just like
What if
Little
we
Will.
get there and it's compromised?
That was you?
Yeah, of course I did. Cool, I'm glad you picked it.
Yeah, nice, man. Good work.
I find punching flesh much
I
more
think I'm beating him. I think he's dying. Look at their suits. They look so cute. Yeah. Oh, we're all fucking in on it.
intrigued by jerked as I am right now! Yes!
This game's easy.
Trying.
Sick of being seen? Camo! Want to hide in plain sight? Camo! Want to spy on deer? Camo! Want to shoot those deer? Camo! Want to get close enough to a pack of deer that you could dress up as a deer, gradually earn their deer trust, become accepted as one of their own, wait until the stag dies and inherit alpha control of the herd, guide that deer herd for a decade until you're the most celebrated deer elder, and then shoot that deer and mount it on a fucking wall? Camo! Camo camping equipment. You've seen the rest, now try and find the best. You can't, because it's Camo.
Dum 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 dum. Earth.
Fantastic.
I enjoyed that very much.
Oh, put that in the 2001 Space Odyssey remake.
Very good. Thank you very much to Samantha, Kamo, and BMAC there with the word from our sponsors, and of course the ads for our much beloved patrons. And you saw as well the commercial for the Game Club. Mm-hmm. Peter, you did that last night before?
Monday and Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're making your way through.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was worried that I was not going to finish it this month, which is why I was like, I need to freaking double down.
Yeah.
But I feel like at this point, I'm at a good point in the month.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just past halfway, and I've done 4 streams.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah, cool.
I should be
you'll
able
be
to,
fine.
should be able to do it.
But yeah, we got to squeeze that in before the end of the year.
Yeah, I have not
true.
started. I have not started.
And we got so many other things to film. My God.
Drive into, yeah.
This might be one that we finish and then do, was it a look back on Guardians of the Galaxy, which is what we did for The Last of Us Part 2. Only because it'll be after Christmas. We'll be look back on
We
Guardians.
did that like 6 months after that game came out. Cool. So watch that. Head to patreon.com/backpocket to backpocket.gd. Become a member of our wonderful Patreon community. If you're a member of that Patreon community, you get access to Discord. You get access to the post show, which is coming up. The post show, turns out, this week will just be exactly what you saw before.
But with dirtier language.
Yeah.
We'll say the things we really thought of saying.
Although at one point during that, I did say, "Oh, that sucks, prolapsed butt." So that is a thing.
That's the bar has been set. We need to get lower than that.
Like the butt. Come on, you cowards. Open your minds.
And your butts.
This counts!
Oh my god!
This side of the room!
This is what brought them together in the end.
Well,
No?
I always suspected it.
I should have fist bumped you then.
Of course, we end the show when the most amount of people are watching. But since you're all watching, we're back tomorrow. That's why we need to end, because we need to do the post show, then we need to recharge, and then we're back here tomorrow for more of this, except instead of Squid Game, or Crab Game, Crab Game.
Definitely not Squid.
Full people.
We're going to be playing Battlefield 2042, thanks to EA. We're going to be running a Back Pocket Battlefield Amateur Hour at 8:30 p.m. AEDT here on Back Pocket, twitch.tv/back_pocket. We're going to be playing with 6 members of the community: Nikki, Black Death, Numbnut64, Prov, Fourth Reaper, and JMO. Half those people were killed during this game by us. And then we're going to be giving away a ton of prizes, including 20 EA Play Codes, 14 copies of Battlefield 2042 Gold Edition, and the Grand Kahuna Prize, which you need to be watching to win. You can win yourself an RTX 3080 Founders Edition. And the Founders Edition are the sexiest ones.
They really are.
Sexiest
I had to look for a
And
picture.
that's a real graphics card that you can put in your real computer.
I had to look for a picture of it to put on the thing we were doing for the visual, and it's the sexiest piece of hardware I've ever seen because it doesn't have all the fins and lights
RGBs
and stuff. It is just like the pure silver, sexy version of that card. It is. They were like 8.
I love all the rainbow shit. I love it all.
Oh, when you see this though, you're like, yeah, it's the original Zombies COD version of what they put the neon into the version of COD. Sort of call back there if you're watching earlier tonight. We should also mention tomorrow night we are doing, as I said, the Battlefield Amateur Hour.
I just mentioned
it doesn't go. It goes for longer than an hour.
Fucking good on us.
I was gonna say good on us for coming up with a name convention, but silly on us for coming up with one that sounds like we do a show that only goes for an hour.
That's right.
It goes for more than an hour.
It's amateur hours.
Multiple.
But the S just threw off the way to give the logo.
And we had this conversation when we created
the
idea of amateur hour, and because it's like a happy hour. Happy hours are more than an hour. Everyone understands that.
Yeah. No, we know.
Happy hour was from 5 to 6.
It can be an hour, but amateur hour is like, hey, it's amateur hour in here.
Well, the hilarious thing is, because it's like, once it's highlighted is, again, we all thought something different when we came up with it. Because actually, the reason it's called amateur hour is because you describe something as amateur hour.
Yes.
Like, oh, that's real amateur hour. Like, it happened over there. Not happy. It's not based on happy hour.
No, it's not based on happy hour.
Right, is 1 hour.
Yeah.
That's why it's called happy hour.
But happy hours go for multiple hours.
Pete is right.
Multiple happy hours.
Which is the offense that we had about the last time.
But the looser the resort you go to, the longer the happy hour goes.
That's true. And technically, somewhere in the world right now, it's happy hour. So, like, in some ways, it's happy hour.
There's a creepy uncle with that on a clock or a t-shirt, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't buy it.
What the fuck? Yeah,
it goes for half an hour.
Oh my fucking god.
3080, that's all we care about. All we care about is raw gaming power, and you want a 3080 because holy shit, my computer is so much better than the 3080 than yours, 100%. We've been having this conversation for a very long time. You want this graphics card, but even if you don't win that, you can get 14 copies of the game or 20 copies of EA Play subscription. Okay, cool. Done. We're done. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Thank you to the mods. God bless you. You do the Lord's work in keeping... Well, I mean, I actually think the chat is probably... We need some mods in here. We need some mods in here clamping down on us. Nick, no more prolapse talk. Gus, stop self-congratulating. But so that's Gat, Syntax Array, Kit Carnage, Lizdalia, Sith, Cat, Phoenix, Lion, Disturb, Jex, Caboose, and What the Shark. If a couple of you could just turn up here next week, that would be fantastic. You could sit in the corner with the M&Ms and just yell when we say something inappropriate. And of course, we've got all the Back Pocket patrons.
This should work this week.
Who help make the show possible. We love you all. We don't love these people anymore, but we are contractually obligated to mention them more, and so we will right now. These are our top stitchers. We love you, top stitchers. The man who is all knees, Oranishi. It's Mason, not Nathan. And don't you fucking forget it, Will. Happy birthday, Slowpunk. Hope it's a great one. Like always, Slowpunk. It's LokiCat. He knows what he did. When you want to sue the Lord, called Akarash. It's Avex, Destiny 2 Companion app. Look out, Microtextures in your blanket right now. No one puts him in a box and then puts that box in a corner. It's Boxy, the literal ray of sunshine, and all our lives, the coastal city. Max Jazz Gang, Kung Poopy, Kung Poopy, Kung Poopy, Kung Poopy, Kung Poopy, Kung Poopy. Am I going too fast?
No, they weren't. No, we just...
It's going back to the
Camo, we got rid of Camo.
Oh, yeah.
But Camo's still in it.
But you can't see
Camo. Oh, build. Old Bill. I blame Old Bill. Old Bill. Yep. Good enough.
I thought someone called Old Bill.
Me too. I was like, who's Bill?
Old Bill's been in here fucking with VMAX.
Graphic.
What do we get to?
I would have got away with it too, whoever you meddling kids.
The Vega bus isn't just coming, it's here and it's gone. Because now we're onto old Timothy. I mean, Timothy. Hey, it's Timothy. It's Jep. It's a Jep thing. Gus, did you hear about a Jep? Evil Spy Boy. He's sponsored by Good Spy Boy, so they happened to him. I wonder who did it. And Frayhem, fix yourself up, mate. Your frays are hemming. Your hems are fraying. Whatever it is, you sponsor the post show and it's coming out next. Well, thank you very much. So thank you to all our top stitchers. I'll have to do a rewrite of those because it's been the same thing for a while.
It's been a
lot of work going through and just coming up with like a new line. I
And
know.
you're
hard to
I wish I would help you, but you're so
me.
good at it. I can give it a crack, but it'll just be like, it'll be weird and aloof.
See, this is why Steph and I sit on this side of the couch where she's like, oh, I wish I could help. You're so good at it. I'll give it a try, but like, I really like it. And you're like, oh, poor little baby, let's do some work.
Doing all the work. Well, then we'll have
toxic. That's a toxic couch over there.
Toxic. All right. Speaking of toxic, post show's coming up.
It's all over. The alliance.
I thought you were going to hit me.
The alliance has been severed.
The show is over. It's wrecked. Goodbye. We'll see you on the post show for more Squid Game. Crab games.
Good work.
Oh shit! It's the old post show card still. Back it out.